live now for about 10 seconds before I actually said anything.
I'm
I was
here.
looking at like
Hello,
I heard
audience.
dice getting rolled. I wanted to see what they were and what it was, and I was just like, nope. I just forget that I just literally started the stream and so here we are. I'm Omar Krieg. Welcome back to the Krieg Dominion. This is Alien RPG Beyond the Frontier, episode 19, and it's gonna have a funky name, so bear with me. Second Illiana Part 4. Uh, yes, it sounds weird. In my head, it makes sense, and when it's written out, it makes sense. But when I say it, somehow it just seems like everything falls apart, which is also ironically not unlike casting a spell in various TTRPGs. It sounds good, it
Mhm.
looks good on paper, and then you start blurting it, and you realize you mispronounced everything, and now you have demons coming to eat your face. At any rate, I am joined, as always, by my wonderful players, Rodance, Luke, and Kane. We're going to take a brief moment to check in with them, see what's new and exciting. I'm totally not going to be over here playing with my face huggers, which is not a euphemism or code for anything else. I'm actually going to be playing my phone. But anyway, Rodance, what's new and exciting for you, my friend?
Well, let's see. No, I've survived so far. The Great Northern Winters has not yet murdered me. I'm trying to
Ooh.
figure out how my phone is both saying that it's going to be 40 degrees outside and snowing. And also, I have not yet figured out the difference between my snooze button and cancel alarm button, which is why I was late today.
You have an iPhone. I think we discussed this
I
last
got a
time.
shiny new purple phone with rainbow casey awesomeness.
Remember that. I
It
remember
gets
that.
awesome.
Yes. It's an
Like, I'm more
iPhone, yes?
excited about the rainbow case
I know.
than I am about anything else, and I have to really say, this whole circle tag, because people are too dumb to realize there's a magnetic charger in the back of their phone, really damn funny.
I'm pretty sure
Like,
if you
why we've
have
had
oh,
magnetic chargers in cell phones for like 10 years. Why the fuck do we settle in a circle and a random to tell people where to put it?
User experience.
I actually have a theory on that, but
Humanity.
I don't think the rest
That's
of
my
the
answer
universe.
to that.
I have a theory on that, but I don't think any of us have enough tinfoil for that hat. And by us, I
Some
don't mean the four of us. I'm sure we could figure it out, but you know,
mm,
at any rate. You got anything else, or shall we move on to the Canadian Luke, who for some reason is identified as Canadian today?
eh?
All right, take it away, maple syrup for blood.
First, I'm gonna roll here. No stress dice to see if I get hot-headed.
No hot-headed for you.
I'm not angry. I guess I don't have enough hockey in
I'm
me.
not angry. I just want to talk. I just want to talk.
Um, let's see here. So I'll be going to more of the West very soon to compete in a tournament for fencing,
Nice.
HEMA. I'll be competing in the Rapier division in a national tournament in Montreal, and it'll be fun. And maybe I
Awesome.
will do something involving the medal or something.
Well, that's cool. Now,
Maybe.
what is I guess the official description or range of the rapier division? Like, what's the size and
Uh,
length and all that of the blade?
oh, I have one here. So it is a 1.2 kilogram or 3 pound blade.
Okay.
It's this high off the ground.
Okay.
So this is actually touching my
Up
my
to,
chest.
yeah, the pommels up to your chest. Yep.
Yeah. And surprisingly enough, it is weighted about the same as this thing, which is a two-handed weapon. So instead of holding a thing in two hands, you're holding one at this at arm's length
Yeah.
for 5 minutes at a time, and it's about the same weight. And it's terrible for your arm.
I believe that. Now, ooh, excuse me, because I know there's when you get into those really long, thin blades, there's a couple of different ones. There's the rapier, the epee, and the foil, and probably others I don't know about.
Yeah.
What's the main difference as far as the blade thickness?
So the rapier is going to be a lot thicker,
Okay.
heavier. It's a cut and thrust weapon. So
Okay.
when the difference about like Ipe is that it's a poking weapon,
Yep.
and they're generally about half a foot shorter.
Okay.
Yeah. While rapiers are older, Spanish or Italian, sometimes German for some reason.
Okay.
Um, and you can cut with them as good as any other normal cutting weapon. They're usually about as thick as like an arming sword, but longer.
Okay.
And you can thrust with them because they're pokey weapons.
Right. Right.
A lot of people, I've heard this before, where like it's like rapiers are women weapons because they're like fast and agile, and
Sure.
honestly, they're heavy and they require practice.
Absolutely. I can see why people might think something like that.
Because like
And
D and
There's
D,
a
right?
there was a
yeah.
part of me that really wanted you to walk off camera and then walk back on with your rapier dressed like a conquistador.
Well, my suit is conquistadorian. I even have the mustache and the thing that I'm growing for the tournament.
The thing you're growing. I love how
Um,
you phrase that.
yeah. Um, there's a few philosophies on style and stuff like that, but I've been doing uh, Spanish fencing instructions, so hopefully that pays off because it's a little bit more technical and more into the bind. But other people are usually like Italian and they end up doing a lot of lunges and big swipes and really athletic. And I am not athletic, so I have to do the thinking man's game. So I'll be playing chess versus checkers.
Yep. Yep. I got you.
Aggressive
Yeah,
checkers versus
Aggressive
chess.
checkers, angry checkers,
Angry checkers.
or
Check,
or
checkers
perhaps
with
even
spikes,
spicy checkers. Yep.
spicy checkers.
Also, I would like to thank games like D&D, Palladium, and other fantasy type RPGs for teaching me fundamentally, even though if not technically, the differences between various sword types.
Yeah, but they're pretty good for that. Like the only difference that I've ever had um with like D&D is the longsword. The longsword is always described as this like one or two-handed versatile weapon, right?
Yeah,
And then you can either do like normal amount of damage or an extra D type damage. And I think
typically,
that's always
yeah.
been kind of weird because in practice, the longsword, when you hold it in one hand, you're doing one damage type and you can have a shield. But
Right,
if you're holding it on two hands, you're basically just forgetting the shield and you're using it as a more dexterous weapon. It's faster, it's not stronger.
right. Yeah,
So it's actually you're replacing the shield with the two hand.
yeah. It's. I think it comes from a lot of like, people obviously did research and putting some of these things together for the rule systems and mechanics and whatnot. But at the end of the day, they had to give a little bit for,
You have to make it a game.
yeah, to make it a game and make it interesting, make it a challenge, and the difference between this sword and that sword.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Like the sword doesn't get heavier because you're holding it in like two hands.
Right.
Sword cuts really well.
Yeah. Kane,
Anyways,
what do you got? What's new and exciting for you?
I saw that you joined for Thursday Night Chaos.
I did.
Yeah, I saw you post in the Twitch.
Hold on. I'm confused by this statement. Thursday night. What? Oh, your show on
Yeah,
Thursdays.
my game.
Yeah, good lord.
So-
I'm so sorry.
So
I was like, what are
when I
you
described
talking
my
about?
show as just unending chaos, it makes more sense to you now, doesn't it?
I
Those plans are
definitely.
wild.
I was there. I think I hung out for about 10 minutes or so, and then I ended up getting stuck in something else I had to take care of. I don't remember what I was doing, but it was funny because I'm just picturing this character. All I can think about now is just "Ap, ap, 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 ap." That's a hole. I need to put something in that hole. That one line, that one interaction has stuck with me in the almost a week. It's obviously not a week, but in the handful of days since then, just because I'm like, nope, that totally fucking checks out. That's exactly what a real person would do. That's a hole in the wall. I need to figure out what kind of hole it is, and can I? Yep, that's a bullet hole. I can tell because I can put my finger in it.
Yeah, what fits in that hole?
Sorry, when you said I joined the Thursday Chaos, I was like, I don't remember signing up for any Thursday games or any other events. So what the hell are you talking about?
Well, that's what I got. Thursday's still going. I'm surprised it's still going in some ways.
How many player deaths have you had up until now, Game?
One, two,
Oh
three,
my.
five. Five.
Oh wow.
5.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not
One
giving
of
you
them
guys
was
enough of a
really
challenge.
One of them was really unlucky too. It's like very first combat, first person to get shot, got shot in the heart and immediately died.
Oof.
Oh, well, see, it's gonna happen. It's the first person in the movie that dies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he have his red shirt on that day?
he was hiding in the back.
He was
Oh,
actually doing his job correctly.
wearing his
Yeah,
helmet
no,
and
I was
everything.
that happened.
Oh man. All right. Well,
Awful.
let me pull up my notes because I don't remember nothing half the time, and most of the time I don't remember much of that. A lot has happened since arriving back at the Illiana. Some heartfelt conversations, people challenging each other to be better, to do better because they know better, admissions of watching the fading light of a doomed love, secret acquisition of information, and the learning of lost colonies unexpected, two new groups of potential threats or problems in the stellar region, and what appears to be a manipulated bed of hot tensions aboard the Illiana. But who is doing the manipulation? When last we were together, you guys decided to go do a little bit of fact finding, a little bit of digging, a little bit of, what the TF is going on around here. And you found some interesting
Hmm.
things. You interacted with the local Russian mob ish and acquired some alcohol, a bunch of alcohol, if I remember right. And you learned that, for all intents and purposes, somebody is absolutely pushing buttons amongst the populace of the Illiana. But who exactly and to what ends, it's unsure. But the result that you've noticed is there is a bit of a clear divide between the UPP or UPP adjacent and the UA or the UA adjacent, to use some of the terminologies I've taken up to using lately. You've also learned that there is apparently two different groups. One you've heard about a couple times now, the Gorham's Marauders. You don't know a lot about them, but it does seem like they are very much interested in any information relating on how to get back to basically what you guys would know as home, the Middle Heavens. Um, you have heard tell that there is another agency or organization or group called the Cooperative, but nobody really knows anything about that yet. You were initially under the impression that Wayland Yutani was trying to make some sort of power grab move, or thinks that everything out here in the this particular part of space, and I can't remember now what the name of it is. That Wayland Yutani was in charge and everybody effectively works for them. That's not entirely true, and you've also found official communiques from Wei back at home that have basically been asking for all intents and purposes, can we get an update? What's going on out there? Hope all is well. Good luck. See you soon.
And all of this all together is a UPP plot orchestrated by the spy on our ship.
Yes. That's what Pike is going with, at least.
And his
Yes.
Canopian.
And what?
And his Canopian cat girls.
Wrong game, but I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
It's the Canopian honeybees.
Are we gonna go to try to explore one of these lost colonies and end up in orbit over Huntress?
Do we have to?
I mean, I had like 6 different answers ready to go, and none of them knew how to get out the front door. Sayla, your Batsaw would like to know where you are. And so would your opponent.
I believe I still need to get a tattoo.
I believe there was mention previously of a tattoo. So, let me finish my wrap up real quick. Or
Okay.
not my wrap up, but
I'm adding to the
yeah. So I'm kind of like, this is kind of like one of those like montage scenes of like all the things that have recently happened. And probably interspersed amongst that is as the various groups of y'all are heading back to the Solovetsky Island, your ship. Where was I at? Because let me pull up my notes because I'm pretty sure that's not going to help me. You. One of the things you found, the lost colony, or there was a colony that was unexpectedly found. And by unexpectedly found, it was a colony that was not on your list of places to check out for previous colonies. This is a colony that looks like it was established recently, or by recently, since the we're not sticking around and supporting you guys anymore decree about 100 years ago, 80 years ago. That was founded by the Tempest, which is another ship similar to yours of the 4 that came out here. You also know that your next mission is you're going to be going to a colony site as the advance party, and the Illiana will shortly follow you and send down one of the giant atmosphere processing stations. And you guys will basically be in charge of getting all of that groundwork set up and a welcoming party and all. That's pretty much what your ship is presently being loaded for. As of right now, you have approximately 12 hours remaining before you need to get underway again. The floor is yours. I, as the GM to you players, may want to consider having a in-character huddle to bring all your disparate information pieces together and figure out what you want to figure out next. I do recall there is a tattoo on the plans.
I believe at the end of the last session, Mina and I had just walked off the ship with some boxes of stuff that we had printed.
Yes.
And there's currently an adjustable wrench tied up and dangling from the ceiling in the printer room.
By adjustable wrench, you mean Marty or the other working Joe? I forget what.
They're not people. They don't get names.
Listen, they have names. They're not people. They have names. Let me introduce you to a whole subculture that likes to name their ships and cars.
Yeah, but you know what they aren't? Ships are cars.
That's fair. That's fair.
See, a dropship gets a name because it's a ship.
Yes, you're not wrong. Listen, none of this should be considered wrong.
The wrench doesn't get a name because it's not a ship or a car.
Yes, Marty and Daniel. I don't know why. I could remember Marty several times over the last week or two, but I could not remember Daniel for some damn reason. At any rate, Marty is the one hanging tied up, hog-tied, and then suspended over rafters.
With my t-shirt in its mouth.
with rags stuffed in its mouth. Yes, I remember that now. Refresh my memory. What was the stuff that had been printed off? I don't recall off the top of my head.
We lots of pornography.
A lot of titty mags.
You were going to use it as trading material or something, I believe.
Yeah, because they wanted something in trade, not money. So we're going to pay for the tattoo with titty mags.
That's it. And this was the UA side of the house, as it were.
Yeah.
That was going to give you the tattoo.
Yeah, we met because I went around and I was like, yeah, go ahead, hero worship me. I'll pretend it doesn't bother me. And then one of the guys was like, no, I've got a friend, we made a good rapport. The guy who normally does the tattoos kind of sucks, but I know a guy that he does them. I'll hook you up with him. But
that's right.
We don't need money. We need other stuff.
I definitely had to.
I just want to go down an avenue here of thought. This is space 80s.
Yes.
Before the internet's
yes
particular involvement in that matter. Where did you get the titty mag material?
Well, you just throw it on a PDAT.
From my bug.
You scan it into a PDAT. Now it's in digital format.
And I like to think that Nina had some too.
An e-reader.
Okay.
It's your Kindle.
The Kindle.
I'm sorry, Amazon. You don't sue me. Just forgive me.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. We're former Marines. Of course we have porn.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. If that doesn't feel like half the Instagram reels I've seen.
Oh yeah, like yeah.
Yep. I'm a short person. Of course I jump on the counters to make it to the top shelf.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I believe we'd walked out because we didn't want to. Because comically, we wanted to make sure we were off the ship when the captain before anybody found Marty, so we weren't on the ship, and we could be like, I'm not
Yep.
even on the
Was it
ship. Why
Marty
would
or
I know what happened?
Yes, and Captain Warren has
And-
returned to the ship. I forget
And
what.
for once, Pike can say I didn't do it. I don't know. And not be lying. I don't know. Marty was like that when I got there. I don't know.
and he literally was. I'm
Maybe you
sorry.
should ask that.
It literally was.
Maybe you should ask that Russian asshole that you keep on the ship.
All right, where are we going first? You have 12 hours. It's up to you. I'm letting you guys take charge here for a little bit.
All right. I guess I'm gonna end up. Do I even know where they came from? Because I don't know where Marty would be hung up.
We met in the
Or-
airlock.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know where you guys came from.
I think it was in one of the
Science, whatever's.
yeah.
It
Let's
was in
just say
one of the science labs or whatever the printer was. But yeah, we
Yeah, because
we
the
met
printer was being misused.
Yeah.
Yes. We met you in the airlock, and I believe Mina, when you were like, "What's all of that?" Mina said, "Don't worry about it." Rolled one up and stuck it in your jacket for you, and then we left.
I go to my office.
I go to my office. I come out 30 minutes later.
30 minutes. That's really generous of you, but I digress.
I mean, he got drunk first.
He's got to read the articles.
He's gonna read the articles. Yeah. I heard the wings
the
are good.
I'm here for the literature. The literature is just images.
It's just descriptive captions.
That's what that right there was. Cade thinking that was funny, and then realizing what my reference was, and he's like, "Oh shit, that really is funny."
It really is, yeah.
I'm here for the plot. The plot is Jason Momoa without a shirt.
I'm pretty sure that's like his entire character plot for the last little bit, anyways. So.
Yeah, Cade or Pike is just Jason Momoa with no hair and no tattoos, but otherwise the physique is there, and he's 8 feet tall.
If only Jason Momoa was an elemental.
That's a scary fucking image right there. Jason Momoa the size of a goddamn elemental. Oh,
yeah,
man.
we're on our way to the UA side. Captain's got his magazine.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead to do your thing.
Okay.
I just gotta point out that Nina is going with you because it is hilarious.
I'm trying
plus
to
we
remember this
gotta
whole
get more
time with
tattoo
character.
angle.
We got to get more time with our NPCs.
Right?
So you come off the island and you wander. You don't wander about the Illiana. It doesn't take you long to figure out where to go. You've got basic information on where to go, and you find a nice little section of like half dozen or so crew compartments that are, the hallway comes to like an end, and there's 3 on either side. All 6 doors are like open, and in the middle is like a little makeshift folding table sort of thing with like, if it wasn't on a starship in the middle of the back end of nowhere, it'd be like half dozen paint buckets turned upside down to be used as chairs and things of that nature. So imagine various types of crates and boxes, and maybe somebody found a metal folding chair and unbolted it and dragged it down here to use for themselves. A couple of people just hanging out. There's music coming out of one of the crew compartments. It's a little loud. There's definitely a couple of bottles being floated around, and like at least 3 different types of, it's not tobacco, it might be tobacco, but one of them definitely smells a bit stronger than the rest.
Okay.
Nina is just walking with Pike.
I'm looking for my guy.
Nina is carrying one of the boxes for Pike, making him carry the others.
Okay. I don't think I ever named anybody, but the individual that you spoke to previously pops his head out a moment later after, like, they realize, like, it's one of those moments where you guys start walking up and none of these guys know you, and they all kind of stop and they watch. The music keeps going. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know. I don't know why I went with a techno.
Yeah, they just all go quiet and stare at the mountain walking around the corner like, what the fuck is this?
And nobody says anything. In fact, there's a couple of people that do one of those, like, with their sunglasses that it's Space 80s, so somebody's wearing sunglasses indoors.
Yeah,
And he does one of these. Is like, what the hell is this? And then your guy, let's call him Rich, that you spoke to earlier, said, come on down here and we'll get you, hooked up with a tattoo or whatever. I wasn't watching, but I imagine that's what you just. Luke was the
I did it to way more extreme measures.
more extreme. But yeah, so Rich pokes his head out of one of the crew compartments and crew quarters or whatever. And he's like, "Hey, oh, you told me your name. I can't remember now. Keith, right?
No, it's close though.
Whatever it is. Come on down. Oh, what do you got there? You got snacks? You got treats? What do you got in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?" Wait,
Yeah,
the 80s comes before the 90s, so nobody would know the 7 reference there.
Yeah. He puts a box down and says, "I brought you currency."
Somebody, like a guy and a girl, both start rifling through the boxes, and they're just like, currency, eh? And
Yeah,
like,
so
they start rifling through it.
I let somebody I let two people come up and look and see what it is, and then I put a hand on the magazines to keep them in the box. I'm like, these belong to Rich.
Rich does one of only because once again the sound comes to mind. He's like, hey, get out of there, get out of there, smacking hands, pushing people back. Those are mine. He takes them in his stack, and much like a gambler at a poker table would bring in that big stack of chips, right? He just kind of swoops them all towards me along that little table there, and he says, "Well, my man Jack over here." And he points off to his left, and there is this big dude, or a normie. He is a big dude. He's not jacked though. He's just big, and not in a rotund, obese sort of way. Just big. This guy probably ate your share of cornbread on the daily, and had room for more. And then also he probably was the guy that carried in the Space 80s, it would be the M60 equivalent, not the M240 equivalent. The not the smart pulse gun either. But whatever came before that back in his day, because he's got some gray grizzly going, right? He's just a big jack dude, no hair. He's got a little bit of a, what do they call it when you get the crown going in the back? It's obviously
yeah.
Sorry, Luke. I'm not trying
to.
Yeah, but he's definitely got a little bit left back there, and it's a little bit longer than maybe it should be. But he doesn't seem to care, and I mean the dude's the size of a small mountain. Are you gonna question him about his haircut choices? I don't even think Pike might, just because it'd be funny.
Clear Nina, because she is full of
spunk,
piss and vinegar, would.
Yeah.
But she also knows Pike wants a tattoo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack, ironically enough, is jacked, and he looks over at the magazines that Rich is starting to throw a few of them towards him. And I imagine they're not all the same copy, so he's making sure he gets, he doesn't get any multiples. And Jack just looks over and he's like, "You one of them Marine types, huh?"
Yeah, I take the jacket off. I don't have a shirt. That's currently in Marty's mouth, so I just take the jacket off. So we're 20 minutes into the session. I'm shirtless.
Are you timing him now?
That's your point.
I want to make sure I don't disappoint. I mean, there's an obligation here. I gotta, there's a checklist I gotta fulfill every session.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jack can see the whole Marine Corps fucking creed down one arm, and he's that guy that when he got out, he got his rank tattooed on,
and he made sure it was put on exactly where it's supposed to go, as if he was wearing his. Yep.
Yeah, so it's on the one arm he has that whole sleeve that he's got. That's the whole Marine Corps warship, and then the other side he's got his rank, and he's got the memorial scroll.
Okay.
And then these guys can all see the ridiculous number of scars and bullet holes that have been put in Pike.
They're just what was originally a hush has now become a stunned silence as these people start putting two and two together. This guy is not just a Marine, but he's obviously a well-storied combat veteran. Probably multiple Purple Hearts and various other types of commendations, because one does not serve and walk away with that many holes in their body without a chest full of ribbons.
How is that
Um,
guy not dead?
Is this the first time Nina has seen Pike up close and half naked?
You've probably
Hmm.
seen him in varying shades or varying states of dress and undress previously, but at this point, probably, yeah, that's probably the first time, other than maybe some random gym scene that he might have been.
Well, also keep in mind that she is not from the military, so watching all these military adjacent people
I was thinking
react to
Octavia,
him.
not Nina. Sorry.
Yeah, no, this is Nina.
Yep, my
So
bad.
Nina didn't really understand, but now that she's seeing how everyone is reacting to Pike, she is definitely giving him the side eye.
Is it a good side eye? Is it like a
I don't
I
know, and
mean,
maybe it's
there
a
is a
little
level
of
of a
six of one, half does the other.
So 50-50 is
there's a
what I'm
level
hearing.
of a
You know,
there's a level of marine zealotry that's involved in this one.
And there's a couple other, like, you can tell, like, everybody in this little group right here is either military or, again, military adjacent. So like civilian contractor types, maybe, not necessarily like heavy hitter types, but people that did stuff on ships in order to keep the ships running while the shooters were out doing the shooting, that sort of thing. Uh, and so Jack's like, all right, well, grab my gun. And he disappears back into his little. He's in the furthest back on the right. And he disappears back into his little bunk area.
while he steps out to do that, I look around at the crates and stuff that are being used as chairs, and I look for one that I think will support my weight just fine, and I'll just sort of like use a foot to slide it over and just sit down.
Yeah, somebody was sitting on what looks like a fairly sturdy and larger than normal crate, and they see you looking around and like, no, here you go. And he is at the same time he tries to reach for a magazine. And Rich is like, no, get out of here. Get me a drink, bitch.
Yeah, I'll when he offers me the crate when I'm sliding it over, I'm like, thanks, brother.
And then the people just go back to doing their whatever they were doing before, like smoking and passing around their different burning tobacco stick type things that aren't all tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of bottles being passed around. A lot of people are taking them straight from the top. Some of them are pouring them into little makeshift cups or what have you. The music never stops. Jack comes back. You hear the unmistakable sound of a tattoo gun that was not made in a business. It was made in the back room somewhere. So it's got like all kinds of tape and bits, and like there's a loose wire sticking out one end. You want to take a look at it? You can definitely take a look at it. I'm not a tattoo gun guy. I don't know what goes into making one. I've
Mike
also
doesn't
never
know
been
the
to
difference.
prison, so
Mike doesn't know the difference. If it comes out good, then
yeah,
then we're good. And if it doesn't come out good, he knows where these people party.
yep. So he go ahead.
So roll check there for Nina to see if she recognizes what should be a functional tattoo gun or not.
Sure.
You took my sheet away again, so I can't roll for her.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Does it have the paperclip as the guide so that you don't go like too far in?
Sure. Listen, again, I've never made a tattoo gun of my own skills or whatever.
I've never quite got around to making a tattoo gun in the garage.
No? No? Okay.
All right, so that is a success.
I know, we lead boring lives.
Yeah.
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 I don't even have a tattoo, let alone the need for a tattoo gun.
Really?
I don't
Get
have
it?
a
Anybody get where to go with that?
You retired from the army and
I
you
never got
no
it. Listen,
tattoos.
there was a couple of times, like when my first wife really started wanting to get tattoos. There was a time when I wanted to get thought about getting a tattoo, and there was a symbol from the Necronomicon book that I wanted to get, and I know what that sounds like. I'm not dumb. I'm not getting like, "Hey, demons, come through me," kind of tattoos, okay? But there was a symbol that I wanted. Yes, I can't tell if it's on that. Anyway, it probably is. There's a couple of symbols, and there's one in particular that was like, it was a combination of 3 other symbols. And basically it was whoever bears this mark shall have good fortune or something like that. Well, unfortunately, somewhere around that time, this movie came out called The Necronomicon that sported one of the symbols very cleanly, and I was like, well, now I can't have that tattoo because anybody that sees that tattoo on me is going to think I got it because of this stupid movie. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm not. So then, ever since, either I had no idea what to get, or eventually, ultimately, the interest in getting a tattoo just faded. I never had much of an interest in getting one.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I still don't have a need or desire or whatever to get one.
I didn't want when I was growing up, I was like, tattoos are dumb. I don't want one. Like I never. What am I gonna do? Get one and then like 10 years later be like, oh man, I could spend even more money to get rid of it. And then I made it like a year and a half in the military, and then I got a tattoo.
See, all my family has tattoos. I don't have one solely because I can't make up from my mind for more than 3 days in a row of what I want to get tattooed on me.
I definitely had those
Ooh.
moments too. And I'm the guy that would go, you go into a lot of tattoo parlors and there's, a half dozen different books of work that the different artists have done. And you look through them all and like, oh, those look like every one of these look cool and everything. But like, none of them are speaking to me. None of them are saying, I want to be on your body. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean.
I think one of my not like a close friend, but he has a tattoo. It's like an ongoing tattoo. It's just a meme of the year he got the tattoo, and then the meme is holding a picture. So like the next year is the new meme holding that meme as the picture, holding the new meme as that picture, holding the new meme as that picture.
Eventually he's gonna run out of skin.
Yeah, it's just a joke. Like it's a whole, and that's kind of what a lot of people with tattoos kind of look at as is like it is a joke. Like
Hey,
it's not
it
supposed to
is.
mean as much
That's funny
as
though.
what people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Is like I just never found anything that like spoke to me or nothing that meant anything to me, nothing that had any sort of value
And
or
that's
interest.
okay.
And I was just like, I've got no problem with anybody else getting tattoos, unlike other people that don't have tattoos. There are plenty that are like, tattoos are the devil, blah, blah, blah. Now, I will say, it does say, I'm paraphrasing the shit out of this, but right there in the Bible it says, don't get a tattoo, you're stupid. I'm really paraphrasing there. But the Bible does say that. And so there was some of that element in the earlier parts of my life that I was like, I'm not going to get a tattoo. Not that I was full on Christian or whatever, but like, that lingers for a
That's right
while.
up there with the section about not wearing mixed materials and a couple of
Yes.
other oddball
It's in that
rules.
same book, in
Yeah.
fact. Deuteronomy, I believe.
It's yeah.
There's some weird rules.
Well, I made it like a year and a half
Yeah.
before I got my first one.
So I do think it's hilarious that Nina is the one who printed all of these titty mags in varieties. And I think at
6 different
most
issues
Pike,
of Playboy or something, I'm sure.
maybe a little bit different variety, but same idea.
Hustler, Carries. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
no, it's not lost
I
on
might be
Pike
throwing a
that
little
this
too much
was.
of my information here.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Much
It was
of,
definitely not lost on Pike that you were already printing materials before he was like, "Hold on, let me get my stuff from my bunk to like add to it." Like.
No, Pike added the alcohol. Nina is the one who brought all the nudies.
Oh, yeah. So
she has full control of basically a printing press, and she made the best use of it.
indeed. So Jack comes back with his tattoo gun that Nina definitely recognizes as absolutely homebrew bullshit kit bash. It
Can
does
she
appear to
fix
be
it?
functional and effective.
Does it look like it works for her? Like, does it look like it works, or is she looking at it like, "Oh my God, this is going
Mostly
to
she just
explode"?
wants to make it work better and reduce his chances of getting tetanus.
So he does now. I have to admit again a little bit of ignorance here. I imagine the needle is easily changed out. So he does pull out a small plastic bag with a handful of needles in it. Pulls one of them out, takes the needle out of the gun, puts a new needle in, or at least as far as you know, it's new based on what you could see. He doesn't do anything like stick a lighter on the needle or anything like that to cauterize it, disinfect it. But he does find a bottle of
Sanitize it.
absolutely rubbing alcohol. This is it literally says on there, somebody hand wrote it in black permanent ink marker, do not drink, dumbass Joe. And he does take a moment, he pours a little bit of his rubbing alcohol and like into the cap and dabs the needle in it a few times. And he takes like basically like his 2 fingertips. And when I say 2 fingertips, these are 2 fingertips for the average human being. His are more like this. He's a big dude, but he takes 2 of those
sausage fingers.
Yeah, and he dabs them into the cap of alcohol, and it goes. Shit, I don't even know where you want it. What are you looking for? You want to put something new on that memorial scroll, right?
Yeah.
All right, what do you want on there? And as he asks you that, he dips his
hand
fingers
him-
again, and
I
you
hand
feel
him a
the cold
Post-it note.
alcohol as he starts rubbing it into your skin.
Yeah, I hand him a Post-it note.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I can do this. And so I'm not going to make any rolls or anything. It's going to work Listen, he's not an expert. He's not like grade A quality here, but he's definitely
But
better than
the
you might expect for
scroll,
somebody on the street.
the
You're
scroll
also
definitely
not doing
does
a
not.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing letters. Also, the scroll looks like a ton of different people have been putting stuff on the scroll. It's
Yeah,
like some of them, the letters are like a little bit stretched or they're at a little bit of an angle, and some of them are like super fucking precise,
yeah,
but they're all
and
but they're
none
all
of them are the
legible.
right size.
And there's a slight size difference between all of
Yep. This is
them.
definitely one of those moments where you chose, I'm going to do the next 3 letters in this font, and I'm going to use the next font for the next 4 letters. But yeah, so while he's doing this, and this is going to take him, probably 20 or 30 minutes. So whatever conversations or whatever you want to get into, this is the time as you are. No, that's not what a tattoo gun sounds like. I couldn't get the sound. I can't get the pitch.
We can have a full conversation while he's doing
Oh, absolutely,
it.
absolutely, he can.
Um,
You just hear the
yeah.
buzzing sound in the background for a while.
I just wanna side note real quick. I looked up kit bashed tattoo guns, and I found tattoo guns with Warhammer models as the kit bash.
What the fuck? Hold on. What? Don't let me stop. Don't stop me from paying attention to what you're doing. I'm gonna look this up though.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like a Lehman Ross cannon with a.
Fucking,
It was
that'd be
like
awesome. Oh, wow.
So yeah, I think Pike's just gonna ask just like the two of them, and he's not trying to make it like a quiet conversation with Jack and Rich, but just sort of like directed towards them, but loud enough anybody can join. He's being inviting in that way, and he says, you guys already got a table down, taking bets on how long this whole UN thing lasts before the UPP decides to fuck with a good thing."
I think you get a couple of different responses. Number one, you get probably half the group. Not exactly a consensus, but it's kind of like, yeah, the UN's trying. They're trying. It's not always so cut and dry, black and white. Blah blah blah. Party line, party line, party line. Right. And then you get a couple that are like, the UA's, there might be some sort of divisiveness, but the UA's obviously gonna come out on top. There's one or two. Jack is one of them. In fact, when you mention the UPP, his gun skips a beat against your skin. And Jack and Rich in particular are apparently of a like mind in that the UPP is quote unquote TM copyright up to something.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I don't get to see everything that's going on the mothership, but I hear enough, I see enough, I've seen enough before. I agree with you too.
Rich leans in and he's like, handful of weeks back, they had that fire down in the cryostasis pods, right? Killed a bunch of colonists while they were still in the sleep.
I've heard about it.
And there's
The
some that
report,
think it was the UPP that did that.
I like how the report conveniently didn't include the nationalities of the dead. It was just a figure, blank face number of dead colonists.
Oh, I mean, they're not going to tell you that. Come on. They wouldn't want to panic. They wouldn't want to make the division even wider. But let's be honest. The UPP did that shit.
I agree 100%.
I think we just created a paranoia self-sustaining cycle.
I mean, I came here already thinking that. The real question, though, is what's their end game, and what are we going to do about it to make sure that we
obviously
don't get
the
caught with
end
our pants
game is
down?
conquering the Far Star. What is this fucking? I'm sorry. I should
Isn't it
know
like
this.
the Spinward Reaches or some shit?
Yeah, like the Far Spin. That does sound the Far Spinward Colonies. And so, Rich. No, this is Jack. Jack says, obviously the plan is to take over the Far Spin. I think it's what he calls. He calls it the Far Spins.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's a big play by the UPP to take more territory. I mean, think about it. They get control, and he starts going on this tirade. Like this is like he spends the whole rest of the time he's tattooing you up, just talking nonstop about this grand conspiracy plan to take over the Far Spinward Colonies, to make it more UPP territory, so that when it comes down to the next big war between the UPP and the UA, which is only fucking inevitable at this point, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. They will have that much more resources, then they're just going to finally crush the capitalist empire. And he leaves it, he ends it, he closes it on the capitalist empire, as if in some way he may even be bashing his own people.
Can't talk about everything I've seen, but I've seen enough shit to know that in the end, we might delay the game, but there's no way UA and UPP coexist in the long term. Something's gotta die.
Something's gotta die. And you, like, suddenly this becomes a chant around, not a chant, it almost becomes a cheer around the group. And, like, suddenly people are start pouring their cups, everybody starts lifting their cups, and then all of a sudden, like, nobody orchestrated this, by the way. It just suddenly comes out. One person fills their cup and lifts it slightly. Somebody else fills their cup and is like, oh, somebody's about to toast something. Somebody else is like, hey, 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 hey. And so next thing you know, there's like a dozen people with their cups filled with whatever they're drinking, all lifted at once, and somebody says, something's gotta die, and then everybody just echoes it as one.
And he just like looks around the room. He's like, "That Kank fucking found out. UPP's just waiting to be the next Kank at this point. Am I right?"
You ain't never been wrong yet. Yeah, so at the end of it, you found what appears to be the local Good Old Boys Foundation for United America's Superiority. I don't know if I said that right, but I think you get the gist.
Yeah.
You've got some new friends, and you've got a new addition to your scroll of memorials.
Yeah, I've updated the dead.
What else would
I
you like to
think
do?
yeah, let's see, I got two more names for the Tambatam. And then because it's just like the initials of the ship and then like the three-letter initials of the people that died.
Okay.
Of note, Karen gets listed separately. She's not listed under the Tambatam. She's listed alone under the name of the ship that we had.
The Friday the 13th? Oh, Saturday the 14th.
No,
Oh, the ship that you guys
the
had.
private ship that we owned, yeah.
Did you have a name for that? Or did you guys ever come up with one?
Um,
You don't have to have an answer right now if you don't have one. This sounds like one that you may want to spend a little bit more time than
yeah,
spitting
I think
something
I'm
out.
gonna think. I think I'm gonna think about it.
Yeah.
Because it would have been something that the two of them had like a big long argument conversation about to be like, it's got to mean something because we're making new lives for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we get to name it whatever the hell we want because fuck
And
it.
we can't just name it Second Chance because everybody uses that name.
Yeah,
I
right.
feel like that's absolutely something that I would have had Karen say.
So yeah.
And she definitely, absolutely did say, and you cannot name it Sunday the 15th.
Oh yeah. That's probably one of his first suggestions too.
I think in fact, I bet you have SXV somewhere tattooed like near your memorial scroll bit for Sunday the 15th.
Died before she could be christened.
Yep. That's amazing.
So yeah,
Because even though that wasn't the final name, it definitely was a strong contender for at least 45 minutes before she finally said no. And no.
Yeah, I guess Nina gets to see that scroll, and now she knows like what all the random letters are. All of the people that Pike has lost.
Yeah, various soldiers and they're all Marine contemporaries and whatnot.
Yeah,
one of them he had to kill himself.
That was one of his background roles.
Yeah, and one he killed while under the influence of an alien influence. That you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That was bad word choice on my part, but you got it. All right, what else? What are we doing? What's next?
I'm down to hang out with these people for a little bit.
Sure. I don't have anything more, so if you want something, you're gonna have to ask for it.
No, I think he's just. I mean, he's enjoying the fact that these people are feeding his patriotism, which is sort of like a.
Son, let me tell you. I'm sorry, I should call you son. Friend. That's not patriotism. That's nationalism.
He thinks it's patriotism, right?
Sure.
Pike is
a lot of
person.
nationalists will say that.
Yeah. I think I don't think Nina would need to make a roll unless you want to. This is not like this super pro UA attitude that he has is not genuine.
Ooh. Want to make an observation roll to see if you recognize that?
This is Nina, so she totally would.
Okay.
Yeah, this is
Did you actually give me the sheet back or?
No, but you got a success. Here, I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and for now. Configure ownership. See. There you go. You should have Nina
yeah.
now.
I mean, Nina can tell.
But you did get a success on that one. You can push it if you like.
This isn't Pike being like, hell yeah, like the UA is gonna crush everybody. We're fucking awesome. Everybody else is wrong. That sort of shit. That's the conversation he's participating in. But
Yeah, that is absolutely the gist of this group is it definitely leans in the UA Uber alles. Sorry, that's a German phrase. UA over everyone.
Mhm.
That sentiment is super thick with Rich and Jack. The others kind of follow along. Probably half of them follow along like mob mentality. They don't know any better, so they just go with it. And there's a few that are a little bit more earnest with it, but Jack and Rich absolutely are hell yeah, UA motherfucker.
Yeah, for Nina, she can tell that Pike is saying things that he has said before, but there's like there's a it's not genuine. There's a wounded quality to it. This is kind of painful for Pike. But he'll hang out for a little bit. He'll share some drinks, laugh as Rich tries to control his merchandise. Um,
Well, so mm, so Rich probably like an hour or two in, right? Like you're done with your tattoo. You've got a little bit of goo on it. You got it wrapped in something suspiciously like saran wrap. You guys are just throwing back drinks and talking shit about the UPP mostly. Every now and again, like the Three Worlds Empire comes up and they kind of get shit on a little bit. They're shit on in the way that like, when they're an ally, they're a pretty good ally. When they're an enemy, they're
Yeah.
pretty lethal, but they're not
It's
like the UPP.
It's like they're not they're not they're not they're not as like baked in fucking wrong like the UPP are.
Right.
They're
They're
so
just-
close to
they're
being right. They
misguided.
just can't be us.
Yeah, they're just misguided. They missed the few steps somewhere along the way. But Rich, at one point, definitely like at one point, you echo some sentiment, and it's kind of empty. And Rich catches it. He looks at you, and you catch him looking at it, and he has this questioning look. It's a look similar in some ways to you just gave a subordinate an order to go run into machine gun fire in order to take out the machine gun nest, knowing that that kid's probably going to die. This kid's looking at you like, you sure that's what you really want to say right there? He doesn't say anything, but he's definitely gauging you. And in that moment, he's absolutely watching to see, because he knows you saw him. He's waiting to see how you respond in that moment. Do you double down? Do you back down? Do you ride it? What do you do?
I think I think he'll get it. I think he'll get a drink ready. He'll like pour one for Jack and one for himself.
This
And
is
he'll
Rich.
say,
This is
or
Rich,
to
not Jack. Just...
Rich, sorry, with Rich. He'll
Yep.
pour one out for Rich and one for himself, and he'll say, um, let's see, how would he phrase this? Like, I want to say something really clever, but Pike isn't clever. He's just trying to be clever.
No, so come up with something clever and then say it in a stupid way.
No,
like
I'm working on it.
At the end of the day, everybody's owned by Way You. I wouldn't say that necessarily. He'd be like, "Yeah, fucking Way You," but it would somehow convey it as like that was the answer all along.
I think he'll say something like, he'll look right at him and say, hold fast. No matter where they hit you, just hold fast.
He takes a second. It's a noticeable second. But he takes the cup, clanks it against yours. He says, "Stand by," or "Stand fast." More rounds coming.
I think Pike's probably not going to stick around too much longer after that. I think he'll just like, he'll just, enjoy your commodity. You're a rich man.
Oh yeah, when you say that, when you say he's a rich man, he's like, "Oh brother, I'm going to be enjoying this for at least a week."
Once we finish this next rotation of bullshit, I'll make sure to come check on you and see the lavish lifestyle you've upgraded to.
When you say it like that, he's just
Right?
like, he just says, "Yes, I got you. Come back anytime, man. I got you."
Man, I'm gonna have to have Nina print different copies and different, version numbers every time now.
Yeah, Nina's gonna have to actually subscribe to Playboy, Playgirl, Hustler, and Top 10 Cherries.
Yeah, and I think the last time, like at the last thing he says with Rich is he just looks like he's looking at him and then he sort of like unfocuses into the middle ground, and says, hopefully the next scroll from my ship is my name, not someone else who matters more. And he just gets up and just starts to walk away.
That's when you hear
Is he-
somebody's. It's at this point, like as you're leaving, you hear somebody hears you, and they kind of look up, and they go to take a drink. They spill a little bit of their drink, like, "Fucking way you, man. Fucking way you. That's how they always do it, man."
And yeah, he just gets up and just walks out. He's like, okay, I've tried to live in that moment of the past, and it's just not.
You and your
I can't.
disingenuous ass.
It's like I just cannot. He's like, I've heard people say fake it till you make it, and I just couldn't make it. I think I just can't do that anymore.
And the hard
This
part
is
is like,
this is why I pushed for our retirement, because
yeah.
I I was afraid we'd never be able to be the same, and I guess I was right.
And these are the guys. I think you probably get the feeling, because I know I've had this feeling a few times, both in and after getting out again, is that these are the guys that they're far more gung ho than they ought to be for having been prior service, and not because they were grunt or they were rear echelon guys that are trying to make themselves bigger than what they really were. Some of these guys, you could tell from their demeanor and some of the things they've said, they've probably seen some shit. That maybe not nearly as complicated or convoluted or twisted, dark, crazy shit that you've seen, but a two-way live fire is a two-way live fire. And some of these guys, it's obvious they can't let go of that chapter. Some of these guys, these are the vet bros that have made this their personality.
Yeah,
And they don't know any better.
part of that effort for Pike was he was like, can I walked away from all of that to be with Karen, and Karen is gone. Can I walk back to that bubble of of belonging? And that was kind of what he was hoping to establish here, was to walk it back into that level of brainwash, super gung ho, and he just couldn't do it. And part of him's disappointed. Um,
I feel like
so
this is
that
a
was
conversation that Pike and Octavia should be having at some point. If you could get Pike and Octavia to actually have that sit down heart to heart, as opposed to the other shit, excuse me, that you guys
as
got
opposed to
going
the
on.
other one we had.
Well, I mean, it's like, it would be cool if you guys could have that sort of conversation, right? But I feel like you guys aren't capable of that particular conversation. You're capable of many conversations, just not that one. That one where Pike
Yeah.
opens himself on this level. Because this is a
And I
different
think-
level than... Because when you opened up about Karen's death, it was a very specific type of opening. This is a bit more generalized, but
Yeah.
also a deep opening, period.
And I think with that successful role, like Nina could tell, like Pike wanted this to work for him, and it didn't. Yeah, now he's leaving.
Yep. All right. So you guys make your way back to the island. Warren, you've been on the ship for a handful of hours now. What have you been up to besides looking at your nudie mag and wondering why one of your robots is strapped to the ceiling?
Let me see. So who is on the ship other than because we have the new mission that we have to worry about, right?
Yes.
I think
So I'd probably be reading on that one.
I think the rest of the crew is on board. I think it's just the two of us that are off right
Yeah,
now.
I mean, one or two others might have wandered off at some point, but eventually come back after a couple of hours. Probably just going out
Yeah.
to check out things or go look for some part or something, some shopping or something like that. But they're not gone very long.
Okay.
Dutch absolutely
And
has not left his quarters except to do any. The only time he comes out of his quarters is if he has to do something on the ship, on the island, that is, that he can't do from his quarters. Otherwise, and if you notice, he's got the smell of some particularly strong vodka on his breath and in his skin.
nice. Nice.
He's sweating it out.
Oh God,
Mhm.
like a bad ham sandwich. Um.
Oh,
Yes,
Anyways,
yes. Also, if you want to make an observation roll regarding Dutch, by all means, Mike, you can make one, but you're gonna have to.
Yes.
You're gonna. Mike, how many observation dice do you have?
A lot.
Okay.
Pike. Okay.
If for Pike, that question. Pike, you can also, if you like, but it's going to be at a -3 because you haven't been exposed to Dutch a whole lot other than bringing him his booze at one point and then disappearing.
I would like
tattoo.
to counter that with I'm the one person that has consistently been going out of his way to spend time with Dutch.
That's fair. My argument is that you've spent the last handful of hours off the ship. That's
Okay.
why. Your window of interacting with him is limited right now. Warren,
Okay,
on the
so I
other
got
hand,
a
if you
question.
want to, go ahead. Sorry.
I had a question about this. Is he coming at me?
Is Dutch coming at you? Sorry, I got distracted by my cat.
No, I'm just saying because of watchful.
Oh,
I'm joking.
you're crossing paths at one point, unless you're specifically going to talk to him about something. This would just be two guys bumping into each other in the hallway in the middle of the night, sort of thing.
All right, I bump into him.
Okay.
I also got 2 successes after pushing.
So at some point when you two bounce into him, absolutely the smell of vodka on his breath and through his pores it's not even obvious. It's just there. The other thing you notice is his eyes are a bit puffy, as if he hasn't really been sleeping a whole lot or very well. And he's got a bit of a disgruntled, disconnected demeanor about it. That was a powerful bit of triple D alliteration right there.
Okay. Let me see here.
Wait, do we run into it at the same time, or are you separating that?
It's up
Probably
to you guys.
separating that.
I kind of assumed it'd be separate because you just had your big go hang out with the boys and find out the boys aren't all that good. But it's up to you guys.
It makes sense the captain's first then.
Yeah.
You're actually on the ship.
Yeah.
I would have been on the ship prior, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I bump into him.
Yeah, he's like, oh, something Russian. It sounds kind of like excuse me, but it's in Russian. I don't know.
It's Dudge, right?
Yes.
Okay. Dudge is for some reason I was spacing on what he does.
He is,
he's
let me double check. I think he's your second pilot.
He's your senior pilot.
Yes.
He's the pilot, yeah.
Yes.
Right.
He's the pilot. He has a UPP background, but only because at one point he ran out of the three world empire.
I'm okay.
This
with
isn't
him.
like your official dossier, and not so much like you haven't told. He hasn't told you this.
Yeah, he married into the UPP.
Yes.
Okay. So I noticed that he's pilot, and he's drunk, and it sounds like he's probably more drunk than the amount of hours we should be leaving.
Like he might still be drunk when he needs to be on duty again. Yeah, probably.
At this point, without drinking more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we only have what, like 10 hours?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So he's my I don't know what you'd call that. I guess senior pilot, first officer, or something like that.
He's definitely one of your two pilots that are the two primarily certified flyers of. You absolutely need one of them, and the second one as a backup is almost like to go on any sort of mission with less than two pilots is risky with capital letters.
Yeah. Pilot. Hmm. Um, how you doing?
Uh, I cannot do a Russian accent, so just bear with me right now.
Well, you can't do it while also drunk, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
difficult.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's many layers there. In fact, he probably doesn't even sound
it's
like
the
he
two
has a
layers.
Russian accent. He's just like slurred all over the place, and he's just like, "Oh, feel pretty good, kind of. Oh, just need to use the head. Ooh, whoa, why are there three of you?"
There should only be one of me,
Yes,
including
I
one leg.
agree. Two is bad. Three is too many.
Okay. Um,
He looks a
where are you
little bit
heading?
off to your left when he's talking.
Oh, he's got the spins. Great.
Yep.
Um,
Well, he's focused on the wrong version of you. You notice his
yeah,
eyes are not staying steady either.
yeah, he's doing that like good, good,
Yes,
good,
because once you
good.
get a little bit of alcohol in your system, your eyes cannot pinpoint anymore.
No. All right, where are you heading?
Just to the head cap.
The head cap?
Head cap. Um, Captain. He's got dry tongue
Hmm.
now, too.
Okay. Um,
We call that
head to the
cottonmouth in some
bathroom.
places. Sorry.
Yeah, head to the washroom. Get some water in you. Wash up. And come see me as soon as you have a chance.
Righto, boss man. And he just disappears into the bathroom. And where do you go from there? What do you do?
I'm literally gonna wait out there
Okay.
for a couple minutes.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
wait out there
you
for a
hear him
couple
going
minutes.
there, and the first sound you hear is suspiciously like somebody with a gallon of urine in their body,
Which
which
is
is not
ideal that he
uncommon if you
pisses that
drink a
out.
lot.
Yep.
And then yeah, after a moment, you can tell he's done in the bathroom. He goes into a sink, and you hear the water running, and you hear a few burps and some Russian singing. And at one point, you hear something that sounds kind of like British-ish, but it's not British. It's like maybe like Welsh. I don't know. It's weird. It's not easy to explain. It's not English, but something. It's definitely an old, very inappropriate for mixed setting drinking songs.
Mm,
And there's plenty of
mm.
water. You can hear
Something that
like
sounds dwarvish at some point.
possibly. uh, you hear plenty of water splashing sounds, and eventually he comes back out and he starts at the door when he sees you. He's like, "Oh, I wasn't expecting you there."
Can I command him to be like sober?
It doesn't work like that. I don't know
Have
if
you
you've
ever
ever
shouted at
encountered
a drunk person to be sober?
that. They will certainly pretend to be sober as best as they can in their drunken state if they're
Yeah,
interested
pretty
in
much.
buying.
Okay. You know what? I might be I might be in tune to do a manipulation here to see
Sure,
where he got that alcohol because it doesn't seem like the normal amount that he's normally probably drank.
sure.
But like, where does he get
Oh,
it,
I
and
love for
how are
you to
you
succeed
feeling?
at. I would love for you to succeed at this and be like, well, Pike's a good friend.
Go ahead and make your manipulation roll.
Okay, give me a second. Matthew Warren, manipulation.
Jeez. I mean, at least you succeeded.
Yep,
You really tried not to, though.
I'm trying not to apparently.
All right. And you can't push that, correct?
No.
No.
I mean, you already succeeded, so.
All right. What was your statement?
I think I think he
Where did
wanted to
you?
know where it came from.
Yeah, because it sounds like you have a lot, and
He,
it doesn't seem like something that would be readily available on the ship, right?
yeah. So he kind of leans back and forth a little bit as he kind of thinks about how he wants to do this, and he just puts a hand on your shoulder and leans in a little bit. You get a solid whiff of some what smells
Oh.
like some really good vodka, except it's on somebody else's breath at this point.
So
And
not
he
the
says,
hairspray stuff.
yeah, and he says, "Cap, I don't know if you know this. Ooh, that that big fella Pike, he's a pretty good guy. He knows how to find the good stuff." And then suddenly, like, you feel an awful lot of weight on your shoulders as one of his knees gives out from under him. He's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! I might want to go lay down. I guess you probably lay down. Oh,
Yeah, go
there's
lay
a lot of
down.
you here. Which one?" And he starts reaching for the wrong ones of you to get stable again.
I just gotta catch him and make sure that he doesn't fall over.
Okay, yeah, you catch him, you keep him up. Like, he's not a huge guy, but he's not a small guy either, right? He's probably kind of stocky, maybe a little bit of a belly. And he's like, "Oh, ooh, okay, gotta go that. I gotta go that way. No, this that way. That's the way. That's where my room is. That's the bunk." And he kind of trudges off, kind of slowly and very heavily leaning against the wall.
I let him find his way. I
Yeah.
mean, if he doesn't find his way completely, he'll be uncomfortable by the time he wakes up somewhat sober.
Yeah,
And that'll be okay.
you definitely hear him stumbling a couple of times, and then eventually there's a door between the two of you, and he
Okay.
does whatever he does.
The next thing that I want to do is figure out where Octavia and Alita went after this whole thing, because
Okay,
I haven't gotten an update from them.
I will leave that to Octavia's player and Alita's player to figure out.
Yeah. As Alita is now questioning her allegiances.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
No, Alita is just questioning her allegiances
Ah.
because of like Matt was so sure about this thing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like, she's like, I don't know about that. So where would we be? We'd still be on the Illiana trying to make our way back, right?
Yeah. Obviously they don't want to linger.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Sorry, I have a big box. I put my son's desk together in his room, and a big box for it is still sitting in the living room right behind me. And the cat is like, "Oh, that's a big box. I need to go check it all out." And he's
I need to
super
get
distracted right
inside of
now.
that.
Sorry. Please continue. I'm trying to pay attention to you guys.
So we're not lingering on the shit. So what do you think it would take for us to get back comparatively to the not impeded Warren and the other two
Um,
people?
I honestly don't think it'll be hard because we didn't get caught. It's just a matter of we have to sneak out of the maintenance tunnel and then we just walk back to the ship.
I
Okay.
think you guys already made your rolls for your
Yeah.
clean escape, so
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
trying to see.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. That's kind of what was my question, I guess.
Yeah, we just head back. I mean, um, I don't think we would want to linger on the ship because drama.
Yeah. Okay. Where would we meet? I guess we would go find Matt on the ship. Um,
Hmm. Well, he
uh,
would find us because we would technically get back before he did.
oh, would we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
because I
what
meant,
was Matt
yeah,
up
that's.
to?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, because Matt was still in the meeting when you guys left.
Yeah, you were probably in the meeting for like an hour or two.
Yeah.
They did their little fact finding mission and found whatever they found, and then probably went to wherever they went.
Okay. So,
Oh, my cat's tail is puffed right now. Holy crap. Sorry.
so Octavia, where do we do this? I guess the briefing room.
I mean, dude knows how to use an intercom. We don't have to sit around in the briefing room if we don't want to.
Okay. All right. I'll go to the lunchroom. Call me when you need me.
Alita's
Oh,
that's Alita's spawn point at this point is the mess
yeah.
chair.
It's her default like
Her default
yeah, spawn
animation
point.
location.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
just T poses there and then like sits down.
waits for the computer to call her in.
Yeah.
that's funny
Um,
in its own way.
all right. So Matt's gonna go on the ship, deal with Dudge for a moment, on his way to his office, and call you both in, I suppose.
Hmm. Octavia will actually come when he calls over the intercom this time.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Alita's going to probably be second. No, actually, no. Alita will be there already. So, um, Matt will start, I guess. What did you guys find out?
So my character would fill him in on all the stuff that we found out before, which is, a fair amount.
Yeah. And do we think that Wei has any more of a hand in this than they should have? And Alita looks like a little bit down, like, Because I remember, yeah, from your explanation, you said that there wasn't much of anything that was there other than just like maybe Gaius or something that was manipulating something.
I said that, or
No, but like he was like saying that, but like
yeah.
there wasn't
So
much of like a Wei Yu involvement.
Gaius had intimated to you that Wei Yu was in charge of this, regardless of all the other shit that was, the public information or whatever else you may be led to believe. Gaius is like, no, no, it's Wei Yu. Wei Yu, what Octavia and Alita found was that Wei Yu, at least in the information you found, Wei Yu back home is asking for a status update. Hope things are going well. Wish you the best of luck. Blah blah blah. Nothing indicating like secret machinations going on in the shadows behind everything. Just
All
straightforward.
above
Hey,
board.
what's going on? And hope all's well.
Okay. So that was a dead fish. But we also have the Gorham's Marauders that came up.
Norm's Marauders did come up, I think, both in definitely in the information that Octavia pulled. Also, I believe secondhand information like word of mouth or something like that. Somewhere
Yeah,
else.
with Pike and Nina.
That might be where it came up at.
Oh, was that with the? Okay. Um. So I guess you guys deposit the information with Matt and head out, and then Matt will figure out more about the missions in the future. So what were the missions in the future that we have to set up for? There was only one, or was there another one? Because I
There
know we
was
were setting up for a big drop, like a colony drop or
yes.
something, right?
So you have the big colony drop, and there's 2 additional colonies after that you have to check out.
Okay.
One of I'm sorry. Let
Um,
me rephrase that. Let me verify my notes. So we have. Oh, where is it? Supervision prep. So you have Koi 1966.03, which is where you're going to be setting up the advanced party stuff for the Illiana to show up and drop the atmospheric station and establishing basically what's going to be the primary base of operations for the Far Spins.
okay.
After that, Gaius said to go check on the salty signals so you can check in with them, and then obviously we can continue our colony game mechanic thing for that. And then after that, you have
Okay.
a colony KOI 1404.03, the Archimedes colony that you need to get checked in on, which is one of the
Okay.
lost colonies that you have to do your Far Spinward Colony mission thing for.
Okay. Um, so I guess I'll just start overseeing uh the takeoff for that whenever everyone's ready, whenever everyone's back on the ship too.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw out a generic last what's the word I want to use? Last all right, give me a second. I'm trying to find the right word in my head. Can't find it. Rolodex is spinning wildly. Any
Oh,
other like last minute things or other scenes we want to do need to get knocked out before we start getting underway for the next?
So two things for me. One is an option for Mina. Um, Pike looks disgruntled when we walk back. If she leaves it alone, she leaves it alone, and we move to the next thing.
There's no fucking way Nina would leave it alone.
Oh,
Like, you
please.
got to
Let's
see
have that
Nina.
scene as you guys are walking back to the last couple of corridors leading to the docking ring where your ship, the Slovetsky Island, is waiting for you. I gotta have this conversation recorded. Let's go.
So, she's gonna start with the safe question. You have a lot of holes in you.
It's definitely a safer.
Cool. Well, I mean, what kind of holes?
Whoa, whoa, easy guy, easy, easy.
A lot of people have tried to kill me.
But was it always like that?
He looks pensive for about as long as I can remember.
Mm. It was like that with all the others Marines who was there with you too.
It wasn't like that for Octavia.
What do you mean by that? It's just I have to think of the right phrasing for Nina
Yeah.
when we're talking about my other character.
Yeah.
But she gives you like
Mm.
a solid like, I'm not sure I want to believe you. What do you mean by that look?
I think he just stops in the hallway and looks at her and says, "We did not spend I spent the end of her time in uniform with me. She didn't know how bad what she was volunteering for was going to be, but it was a lot worse than the rest of her time in. And I did what I needed to do to bring her home. And I tried what I could. But it was the end that was like this for her, not the whole time. Not like it was for me."
What did they? w- she actually tries to say several different things. Is that why you seem to be a little short on the social graces? In this instance, she's actually trying to be as polite to Kane as she can because we're
I
still in public, and she doesn't want to needle him in public yet.
the
There's a
core
difference between
didn't
in public on our
see
ship and in public on the station.
the core didn't seem did not decide it was necessary to issue me good manners.
Mm.
There were other things they were more worried about me picking up on.
So did the core teach you everything you know?
Yeah, I that's probably
In a very real sense, yes.
that's probably more accurate than you imagine.
She gives you this look and says, like, that doesn't sound like a discussion for the Illiana. Let's get back to the ship. Because she still wants to pick, she very obviously wants to ask more questions, but she's not going to ask questions in the middle of an unsecured hallway. Because,
I think I figured out at this point. I wasn't sure about this whole family not family thing that you guys have. She was very, I mean, I hope she still is. She's very dedicated to it and getting back to it. I didn't believe it until recently. So, as much as it might as much as it might rub her ass red, I will answer your questions.
I'm laughing at
yeah.
his expression. I'm sorry. Don't let me disturb you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Nina is very irritated with Octavia because Octavia doesn't tell her shit. She
And
very carefully
to
keeps
be
everything
clear,
away from them.
I played Nina and Finn both basically fed up with Octavia's bullshit.
Because Octavia just doesn't tell them what happened.
Yeah. Well, there's that, and then like lately she's just been so reclusive that and non-receptive or non-responsive to both her brother and sister trying desperately to get under her skin or something to get some sort of reaction, and they all like, and I think I told you this, like they are curious if Pike is part of the problem. Um, they definitely see some sort of connection between the two, but neither of them really figured out that maybe Pike was actually trying to look out for her, even though he really is kind of fucking it up because he doesn't know how to do that outside of the military aspect. You know, it's one thing to cover your buddy's flank; it's another to actually look out for their well-being. And Pike is
I
not
mean,
really
he's currently
capable of that.
forging her signatures on things.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Octavia is absolutely just fucking hacking and forging everywhere. And so Nina and Finn are both like they're up to here with her shit, and because they love her so much, they're not going to abandon her. But you know, the intrusive intervention methodology isn't working. Everything else is not working. They don't know what else to do, and they're absolutely frustrated. And I think that's actually part of the reason why Nina has been following Pike around was to find out more information.
So, yeah, she'll start getting into the well, Pike, Keith. I don't know. Are we supposed to call you Heath? Are we supposed to call you Pike? Or are we supposed to call you like Sergeant or something? Because I see everybody calls you something different.
Call him Gunny.
Well, you never worked for me, so Gunny would be kind of weird.
So Heathy?
You can call him Keith.
He just rolls his eyes and he's like, I guess.
Okay, Heathy.
I have a feeling you want to ask some questions that we should probably have a conversation in an airlock.
Exactly. She is actually she looks at you, looks at the arm you had just changed, switches to the other side, grabs the arm that isn't just tattooed, and it's practically dragging you back to the ship.
Okay.
Which is absolutely hilarious because she's like
4'9".
yeah, she's tiny.
I
So
think
we can go to
for Luke's benefit, that's roughly 1.5 meters, I think.
like Canadians don't know what feet and inches are.
No, I'm sure they do.
Yeah, we can go. It's like we can get onto the island and then walk across to the airlock on the opposite side. So we're in an airlock that's not connected to the mothership.
Some people may recognize, by the way, that the other side of that airlock in particular is the void.
Yep.
Now, whether or not Nina picks up any unintended threat there,
I mean, I'm getting into the airlock too. So...
just throwing it out there, guys. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, I don't think it's a threat when they both are actively getting into the airlock to have a private discussion.
I do have a funny moment, so at your leisure, though, please continue.
Yeah, okay. I'll get in the airlock and I'll wait for her to get in, and then I'll hit the button to close the inner door.
Yeah, she totally does.
I
Um,
can't I can't tell you everything, but I will answer your questions.
okay, so why the fuck does she keep hiding places? Like, did you guys get like what happened? Was there a mission where like you were stuck hiding or something?
I think he thinks for a minute how to answer this and says there are way worse things than rebels out in the void, and they hunt us. Have you seen the report of the stuff I found in the jungle?
Yeah, I also remember that what's her name? Hamida is pissed at you about it.
Yeah, she's not wrong. But if you haven't tried to you aren't prepared for what's in that jungle, it will absolutely fucking murder you. It'll find you where you sleep. It'll find you where you hide. So you have to be better at getting the drop on it than it is at getting the drop on you.
So what, she's practicing her hide and seek skills?
If you're not hiding, you're easy to hunt.
Hmm.
I'm Unfortunately, your sister is cursed with the gift of intelligence. She knows that you've got to hide. I
I
don't
mean,
have that same level of self-preservation. If I was
oh, so,
smarter, I'd probably be doing what she's doing, to be honest. Instead of getting yelled at by our chief of security for being too dumb.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Well, I mean, if she thinks hiding is the solution, we can't really do anything about that. But we can get her to at least start eating food again, right?
I bring her food.
Oh wait, she eats the food you bring
I keep watch, so it's safe to eat.
her? Yeah, she
I mean,
definitely
I don't know if it's how, I mean, I'm imagining, but if she eats with me, I think I've been thinking it's because she's certain that while she's vulnerable in eating, I can certainly murder the fuck out of anything that finds us.
was that how you guys did it in the Marines? Like you took turns or something? Like Nina's like kind of like her brain is like exploding a little bit because this is not her background.
Look, if if you know people are trying to kill you, somebody's got to keep watch while everyone does everything else.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
If nobody's watching for it and everyone's fucking off doing other stuff, everybody gets to die.
She definitely makes this like horrified look at you. Like the oh dear God, that's a terrible thing to hear.
I think he points at one of the scars and says, "These are the badges you earn being the one watching your friends' backs."
Yeah. Um. So Octavia would never have told Nina this, but Nina has indeed seen her sister naked. She asks him how she got the scar on her chest because she absolutely refuses and basically runs away from Nina whenever she asks.
That's the one that Heath put there, right? You're
Yep,
asking about?
because that's really the only time she got like a major injury was when he shot her in the
Yeah,
chest.
wasn't she broken from that?
Yeah, she had to use the second wind.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he thinks about this for a moment and says, I I can answer that. I was there for it. Do you want me to take that story away from your sister? If you're sure, I will tell you.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think she would because Nina's nosy as fuck.
I mean,
But you're
that's.
also the one who has to role play her in the future while I'm playing Octavia, so.
I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, she really wants to know what happened to her sister because it's obviously part of the greater mystery of all the things that has happened to her. And so, yeah, if you want to tell her the truth, the thing is you got to think about between the two of us, how is she going to respond when the answer involves an alien queen? But I mean, it also
Which
depends on
she's
what
never
exactly
seen
Pike
before.
tells her too.
Yeah. Pike just says, like, I will answer this if you want me to take the story away from your sister. But I want to make sure you want to hear it from me.
Honestly, she says you're a better source of information at the moment and is somehow more reliable, which kind of blows her mind, but yeah, she wants to know. Because her sister ain't telling her shit, and maybe this will help her figure out what ways to get her to talk.
He does a little bit of a slow nod and says, "Okay,
Luke, I
you're
sent you a
going
DM that you need to take a look at. Sorry.
Okay.
you're going to just have to believe what I tell you then. Do you trust me at least?"
Oh, she gives you this look and says, "Well, you did bring her back alive."
He says, I hurt her terribly, but I did it to bring her back to you. I don't know how to unfuck it, but at least she's here at least she's here while she's fucked instead of dead.
Nina is very much on with you on that train.
I guess I gotta go and look at this airlock.
He says he waits a second and then says I got brain raped. And while I wasn't in control of my own body, I tried to kill your sister. That scar is a center mass shot from me.
Around then, would I make it to the airlock?
You can arrive at the airlock now if you've had
Okay.
sufficient time.
Is there any way for me to look into the airlock before I open
Yeah,
it?
I imagine there's the little portholes at least that you can look through, like we always see in the various movies and whatnot. So when you look, you could see the two of them in there hanging out, conversing, and you have your PDAT that shows you what's going on. Yes, that DM, folks, it was him getting a notification from Mother that there are two people in a closed airlock for no particular reason, and this is a safety concern.
Yeah.
Now, to be clear, nobody is locked in this airlock. It's not a trap or nothing. It's just, hey, there's two people hanging out in the airlock for no particular reason, and they're not really doing anything. Captain should be notified, and he was.
Yeah, it's a safety.
And then I have the red button and the green button, and I'm thinking,
Sure.
which one is which?
Sure.
No.
One says financial freedom, and one says be free of all your burdens.
Yeah, when he says that, he says it very solemnly and very seriously.
So she definitely has this moment of, you shot her? What?
That's exactly what you hear. You hear her say, you shot her, as the doors open, and you hear it from her, not your PDAT.
And she's still looking at you in shock, and then doesn't even like really process the fact that the airlock doors just opened and Matt's standing there.
Now, Matt would have known that.
You know the context.
Yeah, I would have known the context.
But you might not have known the incident in particular. You were on a different level.
Very carefully hid it from him.
Yeah.
Pike shot me.
Yeah. Oh shit! I just.
Pike?
Oop! Here, let me put this open can of worms back in my bag. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no.
I didn't even think about that part. I was just trying to.
We hid it from Matt that it was Pike that shot her and not something else.
Because Matt had his own
Pike
secret.
had shot. Yeah. Yeah, because Pike had not. They hadn't really officially said oh well, Winston was shot by Pike or Nina was shot by Pike, right?
Yeah, I don't think that was well known for Warren.
No, Pike and Octavia very carefully wrote the reports where it was something along the lines of Octavia hit by ricochet or something.
Yeah, they took enemy fire.
Yeah, they took enemy fire and yeah.
Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. So Warren just found out that Winston was murdered by. Well, no, not Winston.
Shot Octavia.
Yeah, that Pike shot Octavia. Sorry.
Okay, let me do a wits here.
Sure.
The next question should be: so does that mean you shot Winston too?
Yeah, if I.
Well, the question is, Nina wouldn't know that at all. I don't think.
But Matt is.
Matt would, yes.
She's suggesting that's Matt's question.
Yeah.
Boop. No stress. No stress.
Whatever. Well, what are you rolling with?
I mean, you're making up your own. You're making up your own thing right now.
It's your
That's a good point. I would probably gain stress.
Yeah, I think in that moment, yes, because you know the context of this conversation. Oh boy, you start trembling.
Oh, that's a lot of ones.
I noticed. That's a lot.
You succeeded, and you get your tremble.
Yeah, and you're trembling. So, what were you rolling to find out or figure out?
I was rolling my wits to figure out if I understood that
I probably killed Winston.
You definitely killed the whole situation, and I was like, but what about Winston?
And Nina does a second. She's like, who's Winston?
And meanwhile, Matt is just standing there going, What about Winston?
Yeah, I think Pike sees the open door and everything, and hears the question, and just looks over at the captain and says, "Yeah,
Roll stress.
Roll stress. Okay.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
that's
how
a
do you
deep
get?
one. Now,
Yeah.
I think you drop your PDAP, but it's one of those like it's not a mic drop, obviously, but it's like it's just one of those like absolute stun shock sort of things.
Okay. Um, can I drop it and forget it there
Yeah,
while punching him?
absolutely. If you want to punch him, whatever you want to do, yeah. I think you definitely from like the stun, the shock, the I don't understand all of this, but it's slowly clicking together and pieces are starting to fall into place. You drop it, and then if your initial reaction is to punch Pike, by all means, please give me a close combat.
It's like a clock. It's not like it's not like I'm intending to like hurt him in any like significant way.
it's okay.
You
You
know what I
won't."
mean? I know, but you know what I mean, right?
Yes, I
It's not
realize
like
this might be a superfluous role, but
Yeah, let's go for it.
yeah.
Let's see
All
how
right.
good you sock him in the face.
Yeah, like a good shot. Boop.
You freeze.
Ooh, like the clench
actually failed.
happens,
That's new. I haven't
but
seen that
nothing
before.
happens.
Yeah, I think you're just stunned. You are too stunned. You think about punching him in the face, and maybe in your mind's eye you see it, and it looks amazing.
My stress goes up by one seeing this, and I'm like,
Nina's stress
You know
goes
what?
up
And you know
too,
what
if
I
I'm
think?
not mistaken.
You know what
Yeah.
I think it is? Pike is like sees the aborted punch, and I think he's stressed out because it would feel better if he just hit me.
And I think yeah, your stress definitely goes up because it's like you recognize, oh shit, this is my fault. And
I it
some of those
that
like, well,
that doesn't
remember,
change it for me, right? Like,
right?
because
Mm,
Pike has already had to spend a lot of time dealing with the fact that like he wasn't in control, but that shot was as good as I shoot. So like I took that shot. Um, but I think for him, like I think this stress comes in because he's like, Matt not hitting me means that we're not settling this, and Matt's gonna hold on to this, and that's what's stressful.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one.
Oh,
Unresolved conflict right there, just dripping on you.
mm, mm, mm.
yeah. Nina isn't frozen, but she is like, "H- h- h- how did you get mind raped into shooting people?" She doesn't quite process the fact
Yeah,
that
yeah.
military members have guns all the time, so she thinks you had to go into the locker, pull your gun out, like you normal
This was a
people would.
premeditated.
Yeah, like this is the thing.
Yeah.
To her,
Yeah,
it
very
doesn't really
premeditated,
click that a friendly fire incident
reactionary.
is in a split second, not some long drawn out thing.
I think I look at Nina to like so she has that visual acknowledgement that like I heard your question, and then he turns to Matt and says, "Are you joining this conversation, or are you leaving to decide what you want to do with me later?"
I think I'm still frozen, eh? Let me see here for one round.
Yeah, for one round. So by the
It's only
point,
one
but it's
round,
yeah,
so you're
yeah.
fine.
When he says that, you are able to think about. I mean, I think arguably you might still have a little bit of a trembling thing going on, but only for narrative
Yeah.
reasons, if not mechanic reasons. But
Okay.
definitely, you are in the moment. You are back in control of your wits and actions. Oh, he really is walking away.
No, I have to close the door.
Okay. I thought you were walking away for dramatic effect. I was like, wow, he's committed. I love it. I'm here for it.
The bit, it's right there. But yeah, that's what he
Yeah,
asks. Are you joining this conversation, or are you leaving to decide what you're going to do with me later?
I want to know. So he's gonna stay there.
I'll put my hand over to the stud to close the door and wait for you to step in.
Like
Right.
a little walking animation.
Yeah. He hits the button, and He looks at Nina and says, the thing that you read in the report in the jungle is not their, I don't know, their leader, the big one.
So-
They're
so-
much bigger ones.
Wait,
Mhm.
so the one that was in the reports in the jungle was like a
Small thing.
drone?
Like a teenager.
Yeah,
She
a
looks at you
child.
both horrified. I mean, you had your helmet on. You recorded it. I saw the photos. Presumably, you would have put the photos in your report.
Yeah.
And you're saying they come in bigger and have mind control powers?
I don't understand what it did to me, but it did something to the big one did something to my mind. And your sister, through her strength of will, managed to get me unstuck. And because of your sister, I was able to kill it and not kill everyone else.
At this moment, I take out the one most important knife in the universe, and it's like all scarred and like melted
Or the
half and stuff
acid
like
burns
that.
on it and stuff. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, they're pretty dangerous actually. But I like put it back in.
How do you have acid burned? Wait. The monster thingies have acid in them too, on top of everything else.
Acid for blood. However
Yeah.
the fuck that works.
And you've seen them in more than one place, and it's not just on that one planet?
I left Hamida alone because I've killed them before, and I did not want Hamida to be killed by something she was unprepared for.
What the
Something
fuck
like
is...
that.
Do they have ships of their own? How
I
are
don't
they
know.
getting these places?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Don't look at me. Just because I'm the GM doesn't mean I know the answers.
Nina is way more upset about the impossible logistics because that seems like the safe thing for her to panic over. Is she's
That's
like
the thing that her
currently
brain
panicking?
would. Yeah, that makes sense. Like that's the thing her brain could latch onto to try to comprehend, versus all the
Like,
other
how are
bullshit.
these...
Well,
Yeah.
the last time we noticed that they were being put anywhere was mostly by um, a particular classified event, but they were being trafficked.
Brings a whole new idea to human trafficking problems, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They're trafficking them like you do people?
No, more like
So look,
pets.
Hey, Pike thinks for a second, says, well, I mean, in people.
what do you
Oh
mean
shit,
in
dude! If
people?
you say
Yeah.
that part out loud, that's even better.
What do you mean
Yeah.
in people?
Make a stress roll or a panic roll, Nina.
That's a good point.
You mean the total lack of sheet making a stress roll here? She just fails it
Yeah.
automatically and is freaking out.
You have stress dice.
She
Doesn't-
fails it
Doesn't have a
automatically
sheet.
and is freaking out.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, okay.
I'm actually okay with that.
I
now.
choose to fail the saving throw.
Yeah, I choose to fail for narrative reasons. Okay.
Like, she kind of was like, her brain is like hiccuping on the idea that they're trafficked inside of people now.
Yeah.
Wait, are you infected?
Also, I like the idea that she's probably looking at like Matt and going like your loss of limbs and things must
Wait.
be
Is
resulting.
that why you're missing body parts?
No, actually, it's mostly because of things like him. And then I point to Pike.
I just shrug.
Things
I'm
like...
sorry. I shouldn't be laughing so loud at that, but oh my god. No, it's
Wait.
because of him. Well, not him, but people like
Well,
him.
I mean,
No,
he is big.
let's make this
You mean
even
there's
better.
more than one of him?
We'll make this even better. Like Pike looks at Matt and says, oh, I haven't told her about that yet.
Ah,
What do you mean about that yet? She is wigging out. Like she's probably leaning against the wall, plopping onto the floor, having the trembles. I'm like, the fuck, the fuck, the fuck, the fuck, the fuck. Like, you can
You
see the
should,
giant like ice block circle of death going in her brain right now.
You should have a seat. You know, where if you trip and fall on that panel, we all die. So why don't you have a seat?
I think just for a little bit of comedy, When you say that, Mother's voice in her automated computer female voice comes across the loudspeaker inside the airlock and says, "Please disperse. Please disperse. Please disperse."
I'm just gonna like reach over to a panel, hit a button, and be like, Octavia. To see if I get an answer from Octavia on the intercom.
I mean, she can figure it out, and she just I was like, "Did you get yourselves locked in the fucking airlock?"
No, but
Yeah,
there's
I
an
think you
audible.
definitely see the notice that there's people in the airlock for no apparent reason, no scheduled activities or nothing. No doors are open. There's no warnings other than the fact that it's just, hey, there's people hanging out in the airlock, and this doesn't seem normal. Also, it's violating like 6 different UNIC whatever regulations.
So
Can you silence the audible alarm in here? It's really goddamn annoying.
Yeah, I'll be done in a minute.
yeah, Octavia kind of looks at you, like looks suspiciously at her PDAT, and she tells you she'll come silence it in person.
All right.
Do I need
She
to
will
take
come
over
walk through the
Nina?
ship.
Do I need to take over
Yes.
Nina? Okay.
Well, this is part of the reason why I was trying to make it like her auto failing the panic roll, because I figured that'd be easier for you to run.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to take her back from you.
Mhm.
Octavia comes to the what you call it? Sees
Yeah.
that her sister, her mountain-sized bodyguard, and her captain are all
I open the door, I step into the airlock, I close the door, I walk over to the panel, I pull the panel off, I disconnect the wire for the speaker for the alarm, and then I look at them and go, "The fuck are you guys doing in here?"
Thank you. That shit was so annoying. Apparently, if you spend too long in the airlock, Mother gets really bitchy about it.
Can Octavia would Octavia want to make some sort of close combat defensive measure against her sister?
No.
Smack right across the face. Open palm, hard as fuck. Your palm or your cheek starts burning. And she's like, "I don't even fucking understand half of what this guy just told me. And most of what they've told me. But you I'm so angry at you right now." And she walks away, and you can tell she's not angry. She just doesn't know what to call what she's feeling, and she starts to walk away.
What the hell? Like, she can't walk away when I just closed the door
She
in her face.
starts literally trying to like open the door. She doesn't
And I'm just
like
standing in front of the control panel and,
yeah,
and I'm
that's
just
why
waiting.
she's trying to. And then she goes to hit you again, and she's, "You open the fucking door."
I want to just like reach out and grab Nina's wrist.
What
and
the
say,
fuck?
Just say like, "We can walk, but you can't say anything. Everything that we talked about in here has to stay in here."
She just she looks she looks at Pike wild-eyed, and I realize I might be changing the script slightly here, but she's hit a limit, especially once Octavia shows up, and she doesn't know how to process all of this, especially with her sister in front of her. Her sister, who in her mind has been something of a war hero, broken and damaged probably, but a war hero nonetheless. Regardless of whatever she knows, whatever.
Nothing Pike has said changes that.
No, but she doesn't know how to she's been overloaded with too much information of things that don't make sense to her, including, among other things, you shot her sister. There was the alien mind rape thing going on, and alien things bigger than what you have fought and killed already. Not only have acid or blood, but also have mental control powers.
Inside people.
I'm sorry? Oh, yes, and they're being
trafficked
trafficked inside people. So she is just up to fucking here right now, and she can't mentally handle it, and she's like, "I fucking hate you. You fucking suck. You're the captain. I don't have a whole lot against you, but I think you're part of this fucking problem. Will you please let me the fuck out of this airlock now?" She's probably not as profane as me, but she is like...
No. She's actually really dirty mouth. She's probably
she's probably got more colorful words being used than I am. And she is
I look at Matt, and I look at Pike, and I'm like,
"Nina,
what were you guys talking about?
I will let you go and keep your sister here away from you if you tell me that you're going to keep this to yourself."
Yeah, sure, whatever. You don't even have to roll for it. You do not believe her. She's absolutely giving you the mouth treat. That's not... You know what I'm trying to say, though, I think.
She's absolutely telling him exactly what he wants to hear in the most unbelievable way possible. She is totally running off to tell her brother.
Yes. Or if
You
if, if
can't
if not even
tell.
talk to anybody in particular, she's just gonna be like, I don't fucking get it. And she's just gonna roam the ship's corridors talking about aliens with mind control powers, asking for blood,
Oh no,
trapped
no.
inside.
She would go straight to Finn.
She probably actually, yeah, she probably would because it's all revolving around her sister.
You
Mm-hmm.
can't tell Finn
I
anything.
roll insight.
Ooh, we don't have insight, but you can roll
I know, I'm
observation.
joking.
It's manipulation, yeah.
Or manipulation, I suppose.
I don't want to roll anything.
With your 7 stress. Yeah, I saw it.
7 stress
I just
and
get to look at the captain and be like, I think you can fill Octavia in, and I'll hit the button to open the airlock door, and I'm gonna go find Finn.
Wait,
I'm just
now-
gonna straight block her by going straight to Finn as well, and just being like,
Are
no.
you just picking her up by her scruff and carrying her directly to Finn?
I don't want to like. I want to give her like the ability to like to walk about and freak out. But I would like to just if she's gonna go with me straight to Finn, then we both go there. I'm not making her do it, but I'm going to Finn so I can shut down that conversation.
Yeah, she tries to outmaneuver you and fails.
Yeah.
It's evident that this has irritated her to some extent.
I am not surprised by that at all.
And I leave the captain to explain to Octavia what just happened.
I look at Matt and I'm like, the hell were you guys talking about?
Oh my god, because there's that extra layer of why didn't you tell me that motherfucker killed Winston?
Yeah, she actually hid it from him.
Yeah.
Probably much more so than Pike did because she's the one who did a lot of the paperwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the layer right there that I was gonna start prying into. So Pike shot you, and
fuck. That's her first response is just fuck.
That's admission of guilt 101 right there, folks.
Which leads to the next section of, does that mean Pike shot Winston? Because that's a good shot from what I heard.
It was a nice shot. It was a very unfortunate one. It was just a good one.
He was. Do you remember? You weren't on that far, but there was that mind control thing, and it made me see hallucinations at first, and then it let me go. And then when it got Pike, he tried to shoot Winston. I jumped in front of him. He shot me in the chest instead. And when I started going down, he shot again and got Winston in the face. Like, and we were in vacuum, and yeah.
So let me get this straight.
Then I managed to snap him out of it, and then he turned around and killed the queen.
That's good. That's good. All this time I thought that the security on that station killed Winston and shot you, and it took 20 of them to even try to kill me and Watts. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Are you really pulling that card on her?
No. Close though. It took like 20 of them, and we were in hell down there. And then you guys lied about what happened up there to me and Watts.
I mean, and Watts really didn't come back from that mission. There really isn't much lying to somebody who was still there. I mean, you didn't want to have to make you lie to the admin too.
I guess I'm not a really good liar. I would have probably wrote whatever I needed. Oh well. I need to go think things through.
No, and at this point, it's just Octavia standing inside the airlock at a loss, going, "The fuck."
You have an opportunity because out of character. Because the P-Dot is still on the ground. If you notice it.
Oh yeah, I'm stealing his PDAT. Of course, I'm stealing his PDAT.
It's probably not going to be difficult to like. You're not going to be able to obscure this from him. You're too close to each other in this small space. The only thing that is making it hard for Matt to see that is simply the fact that he dropped it in stress. He's probably forgotten that he came in here with the PDAT. When you
I
grab
dropped it outside.
Oh,
I dropped it
sure?
outside. So when I opened the door, because I went like, and then you shot Nina, and I'm like, you shot Westcott, and I'm like, what?
Okay, that I can live with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's outside the airlock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just walk right over it as I'm on my way out.
And in that case, yeah, you definitely see this PDAT abandoned. This poor, lonely old PDAT.
I would like to check it at the back of his head as he's walking away.
Sorry?
Ooh.
You're gonna throw it at him? Is that what you said?
Yes, I'd like to attempt to throw it at the back of his head as he's walking away.
Absolutely. Range combat.
Because she did not miss that whole well, I was fighting dozens of them while we thought you got shot by one.
Yeah, I was fighting 20 of them.
So
Oh, you hit me in the back of the head. I think mostly what he was expressing was that it was hell down there.
It really was, though. It was really terrible.
It really was. It was bad.
Yeah. It was bad all the way around.
Yeah, that was a bad
Yeah,
mission.
it was pretty bad.
There was only one other mission really that came close to wiping everybody. It actually got closer.
That's true. At least that one wasn't Pike's fault.
No, that was just superior firepower.
There was a lot of firepower.
Oh god. So it hits the back of my head, I guess, with the 2 successes.
Yeah.
Are you dumping all that into damage?
Honestly, no. She just mostly was mad at you a little bit.
Or like throwing it
to
you and missing and hitting you in the head, as opposed to throwing it at you and hitting you.
Oh, no. She was throwing it at him, but she wasn't actually trying to hurt him.
Okay.
So.
All right, then I pick it up and I go. Yeah. So I pick it up and then I go like, all right, the slip.
Okay.
And then I drudge off.
Octavia promptly decides that she does not want to be anywhere that Nina and Finn can find her, so she goes and hides.
Okay.
Like actively hides.
All right, make your daily.
No. And let me be clear. She's not hiding in one of her usual places. She's like actively hiding.
Yeah, no, I got you. Make your wake up and play well with others roll. Triggered by this particular moment, because you feel like hiding is the right answer. You do hide. You're just not slipping into a state of depression. In fact, if anything, you might be manic while you're hiding. You're overthinking everything.
Let's be clear.
She is totally mad.
She is actually fulfilling her agenda by running away because she does not want to have that uncomfortable conversation with anyone else right now.
That's amazing.
So she is actively hiding from everyone. She is actively in control and choosing to pursue her agenda of avoiding the uncomfortable emotional pain of dealing with others.
Absolutely. Where are you going?
She isn't going to one of her usual hiding spots.
Yep.
So she is probably like in the ceiling or something, someplace really weird.
Okay.
Like honestly, she might just be in like the vent behind the vent cover in like the bunk room or something.
Sure. When you close off your little hidey hole, you hear a voice.
Oh no!
It's voice o'clock.
And it says, "That went well." And when you hear it, I'd like you to make wits roll. No stress.
Because it's been a while.
No, okay. You recognize it as Tom Stevenson.
Oh.
I was not expecting to hear that voice.
No, you weren't. Nobody was expecting. You were expecting Winston, and I pulled the ultimate flip card on you. It's Tom Stevenson.
Uno reverse.
Yep. Uno reverse, draw 4.
I'm pretty sure he was just a human lookalike android, no less. So this is extra disturbing.
I love that level of
the best part is you could The best part is you could remember Tom Stevenson however you want to. Because he's dead. He can't defend himself. But right now, your vision of him, your hallucination of him, is as you remember him when he meant the most to you. Your lover.
Hmm.
And he has, instead of it, there's no condescending tone or anything like that. It's almost a sympathetic. That didn't go very well, did it?
She definitely has a freak out moment, and then she just starts crying quietly because she is hiding.
You, for a brief moment, you feel his arm across your upper back. But in the time it takes to sniffle one time, it's gone.
Yep.
But there was
Oh
a
yeah.
brief moment of legitimate compassion from this man that may or may not have actually loved you. It's still quite open as to.
May or may not have been genuine. May or may not have been a robot.
Yep.
Hmm. Hmm.
Pike, you're following Nina. Nina beelines it to Finn, who, perhaps fortunate for you, is currently knocked the fuck out. And she comes to his. It's not like you guys have individual quarters. She goes right to his bunk and starts kicking him to wake him up. And he wakes up and he starts getting grumpy right off the bat.
While she starts kicking, he looks at her and says, "I will stop this conversation
She doesn't
for
listen
your
to you.
safety."
She doesn't listen to you.
Okay.
Finn starts to wake up, and I have to check these two because I want to make sure I get the two of them. He is the he's the cocky, arrogant, warm, and sociable one. So yeah, he definitely wakes up and he's like, "What in the shit? Why is there a mountain next to you? And why are you kicking me?" And Nina starts to go on about Warren, or excuse me, not Warren. Westcott. No, she wouldn't call her Westcott. She's actually. She starts to say, I'm going to give you the opportunity to interrupt. She starts to say, "Did you know Octavia was shot by fucking this guy?"
I'm gonna punch Finn in the face. I'm gonna try to knock him out.
He's not going to be
That's
happy
not how
about this
knocking
if
out
he
works.
remembers it. Go ahead,
Yeah,
give me
but
your
this is
close
Octavia's
combat.
problem.
I know I'm not going to win this roll. Give me the close combat. No, it would be
Sorry, I was just
amazing if
laughing
he
too
actually
much,
did
but
win this.
Holy shit. This is such a clusterfuck right now.
Yeah, I love it. This is great. This is great. Well, he definitely doesn't outdo you. So yeah. Blip
That's
and
5 damage. I'm just gonna snap a punch to knock him out. And I look right
based on those stunts, you could in theory kill him right now.
I'm not going to. I'm just knocking him out.
Yeah. I think
I look right at her and I was like,
he just falls back, blood comes out one side of his nose, and he's out.
I look at her and I say, "Why did you make me do that?"
What an abusive thing to say. She is furious with you, and she doesn't care that she can't do anything. She balls up and just clocks you. Yeah.
I just take it.
Yep, right on the chest. And she's, if I'm not mistaken, she's the short one. Yep, short and stocky, spiky red hair. She is just hammer punching. Ooh, that almost came out. Hammer punching, just bam, 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 right on your chest. And she is not relenting. And there's quite a few, like, everybody else in this particular bunk area is like, what in the actual fuck is going on? Hamida comes in and grabs her. Lakota is standing there, and for a brief moment, you see her reaching for something.
Oh, Alita probably is in
Yeah,
there too,
Alita definitely shows up a moment later if you want. Lakota starts reaching for something. You're not sure what.
Hamida, well, she's not gonna stick me with anything.
Doctor.
I will punch her in the face if she tries to stick me with something.
Would you like to make an observation roll to see what she is? It won't be. This will be like a fast action sort of thing. It won't like.
Well, if
or free action rather.
I mean, I don't care what she's doing with her pockets. If Lakota reaches for me, I don't care what's in her hand. I'm not going to check. I'm just going to punch her.
Okay, she's reaching behind her.
Oh, that's fine. I look at Hamida and I say, "It's fine."
Yeah, she just grabs Nina like in a great big bear hug, and Nina's just like kicking and flailing as she's woman-handled. I don't know. Physically
Bear-handled.
removed, yeah, physically removed from the room and dragged off to one of the other crew quarters, the other bunk room. Actually, no, she's taken to the quiet room.
It's in the quiet room.
How ironic.
Um,
And then
yeah,
Lakota's
I
just
guess
sitting
when they
there and
look,
she's like, what the shit? As she pulls out what she was reaching for, which is a clipboard with a legal pad on it, and grabs a pen out of her pocket. Starts
yeah, like
writing
I said,
shit.
I didn't care what was in her hands just as long as she kept it to herself.
Yeah. She's starting to write. What the
I'm a
shit was
little
that all
offended
about?
that the doctor is not treating the person who was just knocked out.
No,
I'm not
she's
there,
caught up in
but
the
just
psychosis
saying.
bullshit. She's distracted.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at her and say, I deserved it. Also, I'm pretty sure I didn't give him a concussion, but I know I didn't break anything.
She does one of those. She like leans so she can see better around you. She's like, God damn it. Clipboard gets chucked aside. She goes over. She starts checking on him. Well, at least he's not going to choke on anything because, his head's turned to one side and she's going to have to keep an eye on him. Damn,
Yeah,
go
it's like,
away.
one
Go
pilot-
away.
While I'm walking out, he says, "Yeah, no, I've done that before. You can write me up." And I just leave.
So Pike has knocked out one pilot, and the other pilot is currently
super
drunk off
drunk.
of his ass.
Yeah.
And Warren is in his own area, just like, I don't know what to fucking do right now.
Yeah.
What a chaotic episode this has been. This is amazing. You guys haven't done anything at all constructive yet.
I want to go find Matt.
Okay. Matt, where might Pike find you?
In my office / quarters.
Okay.
On my way, because I do
Mhm.
have my stash of hidden guns on the ship.
The ones you
Oh,
pulled out of
God.
the crashed ship?
Yeah, although not
Your
the
own.
crate. Yeah, all of the guns that I grabbed from it was pretty close to the beginning. I grabbed a bunch of pistols and shotguns and I hid them in panels all over the ship.
Yeah.
I tried to stick them in difficult to find places. I'm gonna go find a pistol on my way to see the captain.
Oh dear. Okay.
And I'll go find him in his office.
Away.
As you open the door, how noise proof are the walls at this point? Because I've already shot my PDAT and replaced it.
I think inside your room, you're fairly soundproof. You also would not have heard the commotion that just transpired in the bunker. Just because of distance and insulation.
Okay. Give me 1 second here.
You do get a notification on APDAT that there is a noise disturbance in said bunk room, but it doesn't give you any specifics, which is ironic, perhaps, because maybe this one should have given you a live feed as well. But mother and her daughter, or whatever, aren't exactly the best on internal security. They aren't. I'm just not telling you.
Okay. I will roll this to see if my gun is out of ammo. But I will do a range combat against the wall, as I've probably opened up a couple shots at it.
Okay.
Like a dummy or something that's just sitting there, like a clothes hanger or something.
A ballistic, they call it a ballistic sponge or whatever.
No, just like an
He's
object.
just got like a T-shirt on a
shoot.
hanger. He just stuck on a shelf and he's just shooting it.
or like just like something on a desk or something. Like I don't know.
Just shoots his stapler.
Yeah, I
see my
want to shoot a
stapler?
stapler. I want to shoot a stapler. And this, because I have a lot of panic, will determine whether or not my gun is out of ammo. Because if I roll a single one, then that means I've emptied, right?
Yep.
Basically, yeah. Yep. Okay, so you're not going to see cover.
The fuck out of your stapler.
Yeah, you don't see cover, but you definitely dump your mag or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and change your stress back to 10. Just because I don't, set your stress to, what, 10?
I don't
know
if they're gonna be able to do that.
Hang on,
It's
I'll
just
do
a
it.
remove or have, but
Yeah, hold on. I'll do it. Let me find your sheet here.
Pike knocks
Just-
once on your door.
You can go in if you want. It's not locked.
Your stress
Does
is at
that-
6, and I've taken your panic situation away. You've had a moment to calm down as you as you did a mag dump into your poor little stapler.
Does Matt say anything when I knock on the door?
I don't think he realizes. It's just ringing in his ear at this point. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to come in, you will come in. But he's
And
he's
Pike,
not
if
loaded
you
or
want,
anything.
since you're
I'm
standing
gonna open
outside
the
the
door.
door, Pike, if you want, you can make an observation roll to
Nah,
know if he's
I'm
expected all
gonna
rounds.
know as soon as I open the door. Like,
Well, no, I know,
but I don't know whether his gun's gonna still be loaded or not, and I don't think it matters to Pike, which will become very relevant
it's
in a
more
moment.
of it was more of to see if you hear it as you're approaching. Is all.
But yeah, I'll open the door and I'll just I'll poke my head in and say,
The smell of gunpowder is the first thing you
yeah. I look around, I see pieces of
exploded
of stapler.
stapler.
And I'll take a step in, I'll close the door. And I pull out this handgun that you haven't seen before, and I put it on the desk, just like in the middle of the desk in front of you, and and Pike just looks at you and says, I understand if you think that Winston needs this. And he just like holds his hands out to the side.
Ooh,
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
that's a crescendo right there.
Winston and Warren were buddies of a sort, were they not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like
They were actually
They were
kind
like
of
brother
tight,
in
if I
arms.
remember right.
I mean,
Yep, and,
we had that whole rescue arc to get his knife back. Like that's a big deal.
yeah. No one knife.
Yeah, and like Pike knows that he's explained what happened because you came into the airlock and he explained what happened. But yeah, he puts this gun down on the table and was like, if you think Winston needs this, like I'm not gonna stop you. Here's the gun.
Ooh, should we cliffhanger?
Yes, absolutely, I agree with that. Rodance rolls her eyes at us. That's cliffhanger, and I'll give you until next session to figure out what you want to do with it.
Yeah, okay.
I love that. I love that. So we will end right there with Pike handing over a hand cannon that says, "You want to shoot me over Winston? By all means, bro." He doesn't use those words.
Let me consider the cliffhanger for a moment.
Okay. I mean, we only have a couple of minutes left anyway, so it's up to you.
I can do an empathy with stress.
I'm sorry?
I can do an empathy with stress.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
You could also just shoot him once, and if it doesn't kill him, you've shot him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But like, this will determine because I'll probably freeze up.
I just had a juicy idea. I hope I remember this long enough. Go ahead, do what you're gonna do.
Yep.
No successes. So you are cold-blooded at this moment.
I mean, he's making up his own idea of how he wants this roll to go. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Generically, in this moment, this would be a cold-blooded moment. Your compassion is not there.
Merciless.
Yeah.
And merciless is there. Yeah. So.
Range combat if you want to shoot him.
He reaches for it, cocks it, and shoots you in the shoulder.
Make that range combat roll for me.
Yeah, I mean it uses the same stats. It's one of the M4A3 pistols, which I think you already have, so you can just roll to shoot your pistol that way.
4A3 pistols. Yeah, it's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's super close, so that's
Do you want to juice all that into damage?
Let's see. I want to see how far I can get with this.
Oh, that's a dead Pike.
That is 9 damage.
There's a dead Pike.
Now, hold on. That's not necessarily a dead Pike because I do have second wind, and we would roll a critical.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
If this makes sense for Matt, just putting it out there. If this makes sense for Matt, this makes like I'm totally cool with rolling this crit and trying to second chance it.
I
Second
know
wind it.
because you've expressed some interest in playing a particular bureaucrat.
We do have a
Well,
backup plan. So
I'm also well, it's also like I'm okay with character death as long as it makes narrative sense. And this like
Yeah.
if he dies to the critical, this would make narrative sense.
Yeah, he's not aiming. He's aiming for the shoulder, and unfortunately, the heart is pretty close.
yeah, so it is entirely possible that you sneeze or
I
not
don't like
literally
that.
sneeze, but something can easily fuck up your shot, even at point blank range. Which I think point
Yeah,
blank would have given you a couple extra dice, but I'm not gonna put the details. I've already got
yeah. So
sufficient dice here.
he's got merciless, and he would have probably been like, I killed for him before. Like he's killed the guy at the
At the
at the
starport.
yeah, the starport with the headbutt and
Yep.
was like,
The
oh yeah.
brow beater on your helmet.
Yep.
Mhm. The brow beater, Jesus.
Yeah, what a
Um,
callback. That was like mission 2 or 3, if I remember right.
I don't know. I'll let the DM decide on if there's a crit or not. But
I mean, if you
I
don't
would
want
accept
to
it.
make
Well,
him take the
so the
crit,
biggest,
you just spend one of those sixes on something else.
yeah, the biggest
It's
question
One of
is,
it
those
really
sixes.
is your choice. Do you want me to roll a critical, or do you want to avoid the critical altogether?
Mm,
I have the critical
I kind
table
of
pulled
want to
up,
do.
so if you
I
do
kind of
decide you
okay.
want to do
So
it,
I
I've
know
got
if
it already
I
here, so the audience doesn't have to like wait forever. Because I
okay.
think the
So
table's working right now.
I know that uh I can exchange a six for like a more yeah.
so
If you
yeah,
want
so
to enlighten me.
you have your stunts, and basically what that amounts to is the amount of damage you do. You do 9 damage without looking at his character sheet. I'm pretty sure that's going to leave him broken. I think he's got
Yeah.
Well,
yeah
so
9
here's the
damage
thing, like,
exactly.
so if you do decide to do the 9, I will roll the crit, and if the crit doesn't kill me, then I'll roll second wind, which is a stamina roll to just suddenly heal successes. So
Yeah.
if the crit doesn't kill me, Pike's not going to go down.
Right.
Like he'll just stand there
No.
and take this crit.
Okay.
He'll need medical attention.
And I can swap one of the dices for a less lethal one, right?
There's
No,
different
Instead of
sets.
doing it.
So basically,
that's
for
not
range
merciless.
combat, you have disarmament, knock him back several feet or something like that, and
Well,
then
so
or put it all into damage.
swapping dice against a human target is the killer talent.
Oh, and I
Oh,
can't
okay.
do the non opposite of killer talent. Yeah.
No, merciless lets you feel better for doing it and lets you do it to people without having to roll empathy.
Yeah.
Like if it, the merciless one in particular is if you wanted to kill somebody who was already broken, you don't feel any shame or whatever,
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
opposed
And
to
I can just
rolling.
take a non-armed target and be like, no, you don't exist anymore.
Exactly. So yeah, basically
Um,
the bottom line here is like if you put all this damage into or all these dices, excuse me, all these successes into damage, then he's broken. We roll a crit and we see what happens.
uh,
I could die, but if I don't, he'll still be standing there in front of you like, cool, we
Cool.
and
good.
then we're
Are we
even.
good now? As he bleeds
Yeah.
all over the office.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
medical now. Hold on. Let me complete
You
that
don't
sec
have
real quick.
anything else. Your opponent fills to the ground is pushed back, for example, push through an airlock. You pin your enemy. They need to make an immediate panic roll. That doesn't really work narratively. Um, so to get an exchange, your initiative score with an enemy taking effect the next turn. Um,
I mean, if you want to throw
yeah,
it
you know what?
away,
I'll
you
do.
can do if you do want to throw it away, you can just exchange initiative because he's not
Yeah, that's
going to
kind of
do
what I was
anything to
doing.
you.
Yeah. Um, I'd like to say that he can make the shot and not kill you.
Okay. You leave him
Okay,
with
so
1 hit point.
I'll take my 8 damage.
Yep.
Why is my thing not working here? Hold on, let me refresh.
Probably because you had an internet hit, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's still hiccuping. But yeah, he takes the shot. I mean, you shoot him in the shoulder. Um, he like the body rocks and he keeps his hands out and he's like, and he just looks at you and says, For Winston, I'm
For
sorry.
Winston, you're sorry.
I wasn't in
I would like.
control. I wasn't in control when it happened, but it was my hand. I understand.
I would like to do a stress roll.
Sure. You keep your shit together.
Excellent. I think narratively that works out. That's the highest possible roll for something.
Yeah, that's the heartbeats for the last time. I rolled a d66 just to see what would happen.
Oh,
Oh, for
Yeah, just to see.
okay. That ooh,
Just out of curiosity.
yeah, that's a good curiosity right there. I like it. Morbid.
All right,
And
we
it would have
leave it.
been it would have been because he would have missed and he would have hit. Yeah.
Yeah, because I would have because I was already thinking about this. If you were to have actually killed him, and although the chances were fairly low, if you had actually killed him, it would have been I would have narrated as you pick up the gun and you are just so full of rage, you start shaking a little bit, you're angry, super angry, and you do more than squeeze the trigger, but it's enough to throw your aim off to
Yeah.
render a fatal shot.
Yeah.
And Pike slumps. Like all the all the kills I get in Owlcat Rogue Trader that I've been playing lately.
Oh,
The
nice.
bodies just collapse right there on the spot. It's awesome. That death, I love that death. The legs literally fall out from under them and they just drop to the ground. It's amazing. At any rate, that's not what happened.
but
Pike
yeah,
takes a bullet.
I like he takes the shot and he says his piece, right? Like I
Mhm.
wasn't in control, but it was my hand. I understand. And he holds his hand out for the pistol.
I slap it in there and I just like scream, I guess. Just like a bah!
Screaming into the void. And
Yeah.
that is what the camera pulls back away from. As we zoom back out into space, maybe there's a little pirouette of sorts. And I'm half tempted to have Gaius staring into a monitor that shows this scene having showed it on his screen. That I don't think that would have. So
Oh
The amount of
man.
messing around Octavia did, I think she's actually watching this.
she might be from her little hidey hole with Tom Stevenson's not arm around her.
Yeah.
Let's talk
Oh, she
experience
would've.
points. Go ahead.
Oh, she did see the Finn Nina interaction with Pike because she was in the bunk in the air vent.
She was in the air vent in the bunk room where I punched Finn in the face.
That's
And
I leave that to Rodance to figure out where she was. Which vent was she hiding behind? What game is that? Among Us.
Oh God, slop.
well, that was a wild session.
Yes, it was. Let's talk about experience points. Obviously, you participated. Did you
Yeah.
risk or sacrifice something to further your personal agenda? Pike,
Yeah.
perhaps? Octavia, you mentioned something about it.
I
Your
wasn't
agenda.
sure until I gave Winston the gun. Or not Winston. When I gave Matt the gun, I was like, yep, that's my agenda right there.
Yeah, well, I think in a way it does make sense because you're trying to walk the dark side for them so they don't have to. That, in a really dark, not actual sort of way, that it would have been it would not have been exoneration, but it definitely would have been some sort of resolution to some degree for some
He
about all of
didn't
that shit.
he did not want Matt to be consumed
Oh,
by a festering hatred.
Warren, before I forget, because you shot
Yeah.
him, you may take your stress down to 2, sir.
To 2?
Yes.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Because somewhere in your cold,
That felt really good.
dead hands, that felt really good to shoot him, even though it really didn't. It didn't bring your buddy back, but it felt good to let it out.
Yeah.
Oh, also because you destroyed a perfectly useful stapler.
Oh yeah, that also feels pretty good.
All right, so Rodance and Pike definitely get XP for risking or sacrificing to further their agendas. Did anybody risk your life for your buddy? I don't think we had any of that tonight. Pike is the
No.
only one that might have been able to get away with that one.
Yeah.
He didn't risk his life for his buddy, but he totally blew up everything for himself on the ship for Octavia.
Hmm.
Like, there's so much that is fucked now in so many ways. Like, he could be hauled off to a brig to be executed, or
yeah.
kept on the
Oh,
kept on the mothership forever. Nina could tell the rest of the crew, and the crew could decide to space him,
Yeah.
right? Like, he fucked up everything for Octavia.
I
In
think
a
you can
minute.
definitely take a point for that. Yes. Did anybody challenge or stand up to their rivals?
I don't have one.
For a PDAT at the back of my head of my rival.
I don't think I
Arguable,
did
but
much
I'll
against
allow it
Octavia.
because the PDAT throwing experience was entertaining. What'd you say, Luke?
I don't think I did anything bad against Octavia, really.
Okay.
That's Matthew.
Well, I mean, in a way you did, but it wasn't necessarily intentional.
No, okay.
If you made a panic roll tonight, which there were a few,
For Matt,
Matt,
I
think
I
Octavia
first
didn't get one, surprisingly.
my first roll I pushed and I made a panic roll.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Nina had a couple. Let's see. Dangerous event using violence or non-violence. I think the
Oh.
closest we had to a dangerous event was people being shot at their own expense.
He decided whether or not he was going to kill me. I feel like I survived a dangerous event using violent or non-violent
I mean,
means.
that is a way to. I mean, I feel like you're kind of farming your own XP there, but I suppose that's a thing.
Yeah.
It'd be farming if I gave people guns random. I was like, "Hey, man, you want to just shoot me real quick?" Like,
I need to level up. Can you shoot me one time?
yeah, I need to get my
Shoot me
my
once.
skin thicker, so I need some bullets to slam into it.
Significant discoveries or revelations? Warren,
Yes.
absolutely. Because he did not
Yeah.
know that his own teammates killed Winston and almost got fucking Octavia.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, I think the only other one that might have qualified would have been Nina, an NPC. Who gets traits and things whenever I feel it's pertinent.
Yeah, I don't get that. I gave it, but I don't get it.
So that was that one. Extraordinary action of some kind. Warren and Pike, absolutely. That whole series of things was absolutely extraordinary.
It was a mess.
It was an extraordinary mess, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's yeah. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and technically you did not earn any money, but there was absolutely some sort of trading going on this evening. So yes, all of you take one more experience.
Okay.
Let's do feedback and outro, starting with Rodance. Feedback, outro comments. What do you have? Why are you looking at me like that?
Do you know how much trouble we would have just been in RP wise if Octavia found out that Matt killed Heath? It's not just Heath is dead. It's going to be that is Octavia's last little
Yep.
and then she starts causing serious problems because then you don't want to get the lady who has control of the computer. A final
What I
mental
want
break.
you to
It
think
would have
about
been Big Boss.
what's Octavia's reaction going to be when she finds out that Warren willingly shot Pike as a matter of revenge?
I think it'll be funny. I think it'll be drastically different depending on who she finds out from.
Might be
Yeah.
true. I haven't figured it out yet. Because right now there's only two people to know who shot Pike.
Well, and the other problem is she actually doesn't have her PDAT in the event with her because she doesn't want anybody to find her, and she knows you can track the PDATs. So she saw the scene between Pike and her brother and her sister because she was hiding in the vent in that room.
Okay.
But she doesn't know about the thing that happened afterwards. And frankly, she's not coming out anytime soon. She is basically AWOL at this point because she is that upset and that avoiding of her siblings.
Fair enough.
So she's setting up to actually be causing problems for Matthew next week because she is just not going to work.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Luke, what do you got for us? Feedback, outro, etc. Oh, wow. That was.
All right.
Tell me
That's
how
an
you really
Probably
feel,
impressive
didn't cross by
outro.
accident. It'd be our luck. He just hit the button by
I
accident.
think he did.
I do that.
Kane, while we're waiting for Luke to return, or not return as the case may be, what do you got for us? Feedback and outro.
A lot happened.
Yeah.
It all made sense for Pike. Um, Pike was Pike wasn't expecting necessarily to walk out of that office alive.
Right.
He wasn't even hoping in either direction. At that point, like he'd made the decision that Matt knew, and that Winston was that important to Matt, and that meant that whatever Matt decided, he was just going to trust. That's why he just held his hands out and was like, "Do what you need to for Winston," because as much as like the whole mind rapey thing happened, and Pike is he's not confused about that per se, but he does like Pike doesn't feel guilty for Winston's death at this point. He's had enough time to understand that he wasn't in control, and that makes sense to him. But he also knows that other people have not come to that conclusion, and making things right with Matt was more important. And if he had to die in order to make things right with Matt, then, I mean, he did these things. Like he fucked things up for the rest of the of the Marines. So he did it to get them all out alive, and he did the best he could, but that doesn't mean that it was good enough to them. So
Well, like I say it a lot. I say this a lot, and I mean this. Every
and
day.
He's
But
at that dark point, right?
yeah.
Like when he had that call, when he talked to Matt, or when he broke back into the spaceport and got offered this job, he was saying his farewells before killing himself.
Mhm.
So he's okay, really. If he dies so that somebody else that matters has got some improvement to their life, even if that's not actually how it works, Pike is at peace with that. That fits perfectly into his personal agenda. Um, and he doesn't like Finn. He doesn't trust Finn, and he hasn't seen enough of Finn to believe that Finn actually cares about Octavia, but he knows that Nina does. He's seen and heard enough to know that like Nina cares as much or more than Heath does. And that's why he was willing to just give her all that information.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very serious. Like he does not, and it's going to be, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this pans out, because he was like, I'm going to punch Finn because I don't trust your life with Finn. Because if you start blabbing this stuff out, like you could get yourself killed.
Yeah.
And Octavia needs you. I don't know about this other fucko, but she needs you. So
Well, you haven't had a chance to have that bonding non-mission episode with Finn yet. You have with Nina.
I mean, Finn's been just like looked at me like I'm evil and
Yes.
hasn't had any conversation with me,
Yes.
and he's like, fine, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But
And
he
I think,
hasn't
to
seen
some
that
degree,
effort.
Nina had that as well. It's just that Rodance
But
wanted
here's
to
the difference,
include Nina
right? Like,
with
They
some of
have
that.
different personalities,
but
and that's
here's
how
the
Omar
difference,
played
though,
them.
right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, here's the difference, though, right? Like, Pike assumed the entire time, even when we had that conversation in the airlock, that Nina hated him.
Mm-hmm.
And blamed him for everything that's wrong with Octavia, because he kind of blames himself for what's wrong with Octavia. So, but the difference is he believes that he has seen enough to know that Nina genuinely cares about Octavia. As far as he knows and has seen and whatever, Finn is just family in name only and doesn't genuinely care about her in that way. Not enough to matter.
And
And that's why it's so
the best
different for
part,
the two of them.
the best part is they both legitimately care, just in their own way, in their own, limited perspective of
Sure.
things.
Pike
And I
doesn't
love
see
that Pike doesn't see that.
understand, or believe. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I love that. And that means I'm doing something right with these two, even though I keep fucking them up.
Yeah. And that's why he was like, I don't I don't trust Finn. I would never answer these questions for Finn. And if you tell him and he's as untrustworthy as he could be, he could get you killed, and that
Mhm.
would fuck up Octavia even worse. So
Absolutely.
whatever, Finn can hate me more. I don't care. You'll still be alive.
which
So
which is
so he puts
absolutely
through it.
your agenda, except now it includes Nina as well as everybody else. The others.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing how Nina eventually processes like not just the stuff that Pike said, but what Pike just did to Finn, right?
Mhm.
And he's going to be walking around the ship with a gunshot wound, and he's going to lie to everybody and say, "I don't see a gunshot wound." He's not even going to. He's a terrible liar. He doesn't get. He doesn't fucking care. He's just going to tell people, "I don't know. It
I don't
just
know what
happened."
happened.
He's not going to say who did it. He's not going to say he shot himself. I'm curious to see if Nina ends up falling on the side of this all showing her how much Pike is willing to sacrifice for the people that matter, or if she just totally misses all of that and decides that he's an absolute raging fucking lunatic and he is evil. Like, I'm curious to see where this falls.
Nina should should trauma bond with him and decide that like he's the next best thing ever because it's hilarious, and that
Yeah,
would just be even more drama.
I think on
I
some
really,
ways, I think
I
she's gonna
really
end up
look.
in Camp Pike. Finn, on the other hand, is gonna absolutely go like, hell no. This motherfucker is. There's just like he may not necessarily be evil, but there is definitely something wrong with this guy. Stay away from him. He is a
Nina
danger.
automatically is going to be dating Pike just to piss off Finn.
Love it. Oh,
Because
that's
the
awesome.
old because Finn is the youngest, but he likes to act like the older brother, and
Oh
like he
yeah,
knows better.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It's funny too, right? Because like Pike went into this going like Nina hates me, and that's fine. Like I'm used to being hated by people. What's important is making sure that Octavia is fine, and if Octavia is fine, they can hate me all they want. Like he can't. If, like when Nita decides to start like getting friendly, if she decides that she's gonna fall into the like seeing the sacrifice part, he's gonna be totally mind blown that she doesn't just want him spaced out in airlock. It'd be like, I don't understand what's going on right now. Why
Hang on,
don't you hate me right now? That's
hang on
what
one
people
one
do.
one quick second. My son's asking me for. All right, my kid was asking for something. I was like, yeah, no, it's right there in the refrigerator.
Yeah, I mean, in his answer to things is going to be so different depending on who asks. If Hamida asks where the bullet wound came from, he's going to be like, "Don't make me lie to you," and just not answer.
Yeah, listen. This is not a conversation you're ready for.
Um,
All right,
if
so
Nina asks about it, he's probably going to say, "I deserve this." This is for a past crime.
hey, you got spaceship mechanic.
Oh
Yep.
shit! Nice.
So as far as Luke, excuse me, for some reason his computer decided to restart.
Oh, that
It
sucks.
appears as he's not going to be returning, so he's just going to call it a night, which is fine because he's like 4 hours ahead of me, so it's like 2 o'clock in the morning for him. He hasn't given me any feedback or anything, but I imagine he's okay with how things are going and probably interested in how things are going to keep going. Which I realize that's a very generic thing to throw out there. I don't want to speak for him. I feel like that's very so. That said, I am absolutely enjoying this. Like for one thing, I thought we would actually get to starting the next mission set. We're about to go into Second Illiana Part 5 next week because we're still on the goddamn mothership.
This is the best part, man. This is where
No,
the
I
drama
love it.
is.
I love it. Listen, I can say all these things, but I'm being somewhat sarcastic. It's like I love this role play, this interchange, and seeing the different characters, whether they're player characters or NPCs. Judge has got an interesting story to tell, which I'm curious to
That's
see how
what
you guys
like
pick away
when
at
you
it.
were like forever going like if anybody wants to have any scenes before it goes like yeah I've got two. The first one ended up turning into the rest of the session, and the
Yep.
second one was to stop by because I know Dudge is shit fucking drunk to be like, hey man, like
Yeah, listen, just you don't know. In fact, maybe we get a cut scene or not a cut scene, a post credits where it's just Dutch snoring on his bunk, face down, right? And the bottle,
We're
it's a
actually
big
stuck,
bottle, but there's like this much left in it.
and we actually can't leave because both of our pilots are incommunicado.
Yeah, incapacitated.
So we
One
have to
is
have another
definitely
session on
sleeping
the
off.
mothership.
You have a third pilot.
The one who just got shot, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can still fly.
I mean,
He's
honestly,
he's
mother could
still
do a lot
conscious.
of that, or well, daughter could do a lot of that flying shit too. So
Hey, don't worry about it. Pike can fly.
Any final thoughts? Any other last minute alibis? Did you like that rotate through Chow comment I made?
Yeah,
I saw you saw it.
yeah. I was like, this is funny. Looked over. No, that's funny.
I feel like I'm gonna have to start making more often mental trauma checks with
Maybe.
as much drama as we're going on right now.
Listen, I love it. And let me just ask you. Like in the official ask, Tom Stevenson's unexpected return.
I was not expecting that. I was seriously expecting Winston.
Yeah.
The fact that it's Tom Stevenson, the person who she got like one nice dinner out of and like a hotel room experience with is kind of hilarious. Because like he's like the R&R dude who turned into being a spy bro, and then you kind of can't romance a spy bro. So now she's like really confused,
Yeah.
and she knows she's hallucinating because she knows he's dead.
Yeah.
Um, and then she was hallucinating him at the same time that entire fight was taking place in front of her eyes
Mm-hmm.
Well,
as
maybe
she's
it never
sobbing, trying
happened.
to not make any noises
Mm-hmm.
in the event.
What'd you say, Kane?
Maybe that never happened.
Yes, she
Don't worry.
legitimately is now
Don't worry.
questioning her sanity unless she even saw anything.
Don't worry. Finn will let you know it really happened.
I love it.
If
I
they can
am
find her.
enjoying this one. For as much as this is drama, and then a little bit of action, and then drama, and a little bit of action, which normally I'm not drawn to as media to consume, like TV shows or movies or whatever. It's amazing how equally entertaining those particular types of things can be. You know, oh god, what was that movie I watched last night? I watched freaking The Midnight Sky with George Clooney and basically nobody else that's well known. It's basically this scientist in the near the North Pole on Earth where the human population is basically being wiped out, and there's a spaceship returning from Jupiter, and there's a crew aboard, and he's trying to tell them, "Don't come to Earth. Everybody here is dead. Go somewhere else. Save yourselves." There was no real action per se, but I was actually watching it. I was fairly entertained throughout, despite some glaring, obvious inconsistencies with the real world, like trying to produce a colony on a moon of Jupiter is not going to go well because of this thing called a Van Allen radiation belt. But I won't talk about that if they won't. Um, but yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this, and I love how it's giving me opportunities to really do some mindfuckery warp shit, like bringing people back from the dead.
It helps you have a crazy person to play all the crazy cards on.
Yeah, gotta listen. We're here for the tropes. We're not just here for a good time.
I just fun facts, because Pike is Pike, and the way the rules are written, he just ate 8 damage in a gunshot, and it will take him 40 to 80 minutes to heal that gunshot.
How long
40 to 80 minutes
to heal a gunshot?
to heal that
Minutes?
gunshot. Yeah,
Minutes?
yeah,
How
yeah.
the fuck does that work?
Because he didn't take a critical.
All right, we're out of here on that bullshit.
He's an elemental.
I'm pretty sure there's like a half dozen ER-based television shows that would like to have conversations with you, sir.
He's an elemental. He did have that conversation with Lakota. She was like, "Oh man, we got to put casts on this," and he's like, "Nah, don't bother. Just wrap it. That shit will heal fast."
Does he have like accelerated healing? Is that what it is?
Yeah, a little bit. Also, the critical injuries are the ones that take a lot of time to heal, and 8 damage would definitely critical anybody else.
Oh yeah, absolutely it would.
So
Absolutely.
if you have no critical injuries, then you heal 1 hit point every 5 to 10 minutes of low activity. And he took 8 damage, so that's 40 to 80 minutes of relative low activity to heal that gunshot.
Well, on that note, we are out of here. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please consider smashing all the buttons, liking, subscribing, sharing, etc. Whether you're watching us live on Twitch or if you're watching this on YouTube. In either case, smash buttons and show me some love. Beyond that, stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy dark place, so make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. And as for me and mine, we're out of here. We'll see you next time. Have a good one.